Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Oilers Fan Reaction, Game 71. We're coming to you a little early today because there's another game in the Pacific Division happening right now. Oops, as I drop my laptop. The Vancouver Canucks are taking on the New York Islanders on Long Island. And Vancouver's up 4-2 with 13:30 left to go in the third period. Figure I'll come in, enjoy a little bit of that game before we get into the Oilers and the Dallas Stars. Both teams looking for victories. Both teams needing to stay where they are in the standings. Obviously, the Oilers are wanting to jump the LA Kings. Hey, Bunny, how's it going? So like I said, obviously the Oilers are wanting to jump the LA Kings back into second place. And then you've got the Dallas Stars that want to kind of stay even with the Colorado Avalanche. If you guys don't know, now you know. Draisaitl will not play tonight. Neither will McDavid. I don't know if it's good or bad that the Oilers are holding both them off till playoffs. I'm going to be 100% of the time. You guys know this. I don't like the idea of holding them off till playoffs. I don't like it. I know the Oilers aren't going to slip to a wild card, and I guess that's one thing. Here, let me. By the way, today's starter is Stuart Skinner. I get why they're holding them out. I'd rather have a healthy McDavid and a healthy Draisaitl game one, night one of playoffs than risk them playing mean-nothing games. Like, yeah, home ice advantage would be great. Yeah, being first in the Pacific Division would be cool. But is it worth your two stars limping into playoffs kind of banged up? Or do you want them both 100% healthy for night one, game one, against what's looking like the LA Kings? Again, the Oilers are in no fear of losing and going to the wild card. They are either going to be second in the Pacific or third in the Pacific. Could still get first if they win all their games even without McDavid, Draisaitl. That's still a possibility. But yeah, in all likelihood, in all honesty, it is looking like third place, second place in the Pacific. LA, here we come. Round 4. Stu Skinner does get the start, and I'm okay with it. I am A-okay with Stu Skinner getting the start. If you're not okay with it, I don't know why. Well, we got to go last night. Yeah, he's 6 away. Unless you got another one tonight I don't know about. Again, I guess I'm just enough talking of that. Good for Ovi. Like I'm not gonna talk crap about Ovechkin. Like I don't think he's the greatest goal scorer of all time, and I hate how everyone's like, well, Gretzky scored 900, 800 and some goals, and he played yada 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 1,000 games. Yeah, Gretzky scored 100 goals in one season. Gretzky had all those goals before the age of 24. Like, let's not sit around here and kid that Gretzky wasn't the most dominant player of all time. And to this day is still the GOAT of the NHL. There's no discussion. But if Ovi breaks it, congratulations to Ovi. You have one record out of 30. I guess what I'm saying is you play long enough, you're going to break a few records. But again, I think the Oilers will be fine with or without McDavid. If they are playing the long game like I think they are, well, that kind of sucks for Oiler fans, but it is what it is. Again, we've got 11 games left, 12 games left in the 11 games left in the NHL schedule. Vancouver's 10 points behind us. Calgary's 12 points behind us, 13 points behind us. The Oilers would have to lose every game from here to the end of the year, and Calgary would have to win every game from here on out to pass the Oilers for third in the Pacific Division. And honestly, I think if it got to that point where they were losing all the time, I think Knobloch and the brass, but okay, McDavid, Draisaitl, we need you guys to play one game. We need one win out of you. But I'm not going to be worried about that. Why am I on so early? Because the Vancouver Canuck Islander game is on, and I'm watching that, and I figure, hey, if I'm sitting down here watching it, might as well talk about it. Hey, how's it going, Trucker? Also, huge signing by the Oilers. There is a video incoming tonight about it. I am a fan of this kid. If you guys don't know this kid, get to know this kid. He's a bona fide centerman, but he will not play center with the Edmonton Oilers. He's a bona fide center who has already discussed it with his team, his agent, and the Oilers. He's switching to wing. What wing? I don't know. I'm going to assume it'll be their left wing, considering he's left-handed. He is 6'3", 189 pounds. That can't be right. That can't be right at all. That's one thing I don't like about hockey DB. It's sorry, he's 6'5", 189 pounds. So he's tall, he's lanky, but he's a mean SOB. He has hands. I don't know if you guys know who he is. I will tell you his name. His name is Joshua Semenansky. He used to play in the OHL. He's got dual citizenship with Canada and Germany. Another German to play for Draisaitl. What a smart move by the Oilers brass. He played 54 games in the OHL. Sorry, the OJHL with the Brantford 99ers and the Milton IceHawks. 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points, 32 penalty minutes. Played 1 year with the Owen Sound Attack, 4 goals, 16 assists, 20 points, 20 penalty minutes, plus 3. Went over and played in the Dell 2 League, Ravensburg, 41 games, 4 goals, 18 assists, 22 points, 18 PIMs, plus 2. He's been with the Strasbourg Tigers since 2021, where he's played 42, 48, 51, 52 games. It's a lot of games to add up in my head. He had 7 goals, 9 goals, 10 goals, 14 goals, 1 assist, 9 assists, 17, 6, 26 assists, 8, 18, 27, 40 points. But is always a plus player. You will not see this guy as a negative player on the ice. I have a whole lot more coming in the video that I have made and talked about. You guys will love this kid. I can't speak enough about this kid. I'm just going to call him Joshua Sam. Why doesn't he want to play center? It's the fact that he doesn't want to play center. It's the fact that he won't play center with Edmonton. We have to look at the depth chart for the Oilers right now at center. Oh, as I'm trying to bring my mic up. The depth chart for the Oilers. Number 1, you've got McDavid. Number 2, you've got Draisaitl. Number 3, you have Hopkins. At number 4, you have Adam Henrique. All signed next season. The Oilers at center, that is where they are stacked up and down the lineup. From top to bottom, the center position is stacked. I said his name right? Awesome. I love it. His name is... Hey, how's it going? So, anyways, guys, I do follow a lot of the German hockey. I am a big fan of the Dell League. This kid is one of the best German prospects ever. I'm talking better, could be better than Draisaitl better. Like, as far as forwards, this kid has the ability to be touted better than Draisaitl. Now, obviously, nobody really knew who Draisaitl was. They just kind of said, you're a German, you got a thick body, we'll put you at center and see how you do. Nobody expected him to do the numbers that he's done. This kid is projected to be up there with Draisaitl. Exactly. And he doesn't have to worry about taking faceoffs. And hey, seeing as Draisaitl cheats all the time on the face-off dot and gets thrown out, it's not a bad idea to have this guy on a wing and have him take face-offs every once in a while too, right? So yes, the Oilers did sign him today. I honestly cannot think of any negatives to say about this kid. He has foot speed. He moves the puck really well. He has hockey IQ. And he's German. Anyways, I'll be right back, guys. My door just went knock knock. Sorry, guys, really late supper. So, yes, like I said, I love this kid. I am a fan of this kid, as you guys can hear in the background. The Vancouver Canucks 4, the Islanders 2. Let's go, Eric. Let's freaking go. Also, just for your viewing pleasure, and maybe mine, here's the lineups for tonight. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but here you go. Oh, excuse me as I sneeze. Kapanen. Henrik Hyman, top line. Podkolzin, Hopkins, Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, Janmark, and Brown. Jones, Derek Ryan, and Perry round out the group of forwards. Obviously, the D-lines are always the same. Ekholm, Bush, Nurse, Wallman, Kulak, Stetcher. Yeah, these late games are a killer for sure for people on the East Coast. So I love living in the west side of everything. Like I said, I full-heartedly expect the Oilers stop that recording to play their what's off. No, I just want to record the one thing. All right. Now I got that recorded. Eat some bit. 4-2 Van. Yes, sir. I'll get rid of that. Like, I've been deep diving into this guy. When I heard that even the possibility was to play for the Oilers, you bet your bottom dollar I did a bit of a deep dive. I'm thoroughly impressed with what I've read so far about him. Seen some highlights as well. Guys, you will like this kid. Again, no McDavid, no Draisaitl for the week, although I think that's going to change. Not saying, I'm just saying. It's like I said, I'm not asking, I'm telling. Stuart Skinner versus Jake Ottinger tonight are your starting goaltenders. Draisaitl has been on the ice the entire time he's been hurt and skating really well. Yes, New York power play, absolutely. If you guys see me looking to the side, I have set up a few things differently right now because, hey, we're on the nitty-gritty side of the NHL schedule. All games matter, all scores matter. Got to keep my my wits about me.
It's a really hard point to fill out. Arguably the hardest in the league, I think, with any team. You can pick two guys and you get those two out, right? That's really hard. But I think there's big guys individually, as you said, that have stepped their game up. And I think as a team too, we're playing to our strength and understanding that.
Come on, Vancouver.
We maybe don't have the firepower.
Don't blow this game, Vancouver. You can't. You can't afford to lose this game. If you're the Canucks, you can't afford to lose this game. And that's not just me saying that. That's factual truth. Vancouver cannot. No McDavid, no Draisaitl. No problem.
Yeah, you look to your leadership group, and I sat here, not on this desk, but on the one over there in Hockey Central with you two guys last week and said the Nuge is back. So I'm looking at 93.
The Nuge is back. Well, the Nuge has to be huge. 4 minutes left to go. I think they're not going to start the Oiler game until after that Vancouver game is over. So I will switch it over to the Vancouver game. Another hooking call against Suter. 4-2. Power play Islanders. 4:41 left to go in the game. Shots are 27-24 for the Islanders. Welcome back, Thatcher Demko. As long as we don't have to see him in the playoffs, right? I'm just saying, guys, I think it's going to be Vancouver taking the final spot. Minnesota will end up 7th. Oilers will get 6th or the 3rd Pacific Division. Unless both McDavid, Draisaitl come back. Or this team just goes on an amazing heater without him. Kind of a big F you to everybody out there. 6-on-4 with 4 minutes remaining in the game. Patrick Waugh, you animal. In all honesty, though, the Islanders got screwed last game. Screwed with that goaltender interference. And it was talked about at the GM meeting about goalie interference, and they said, why you don't like it here? And I guess they gave GMs like 30 goals that were scored this year that went to video review for Toronto to review, and the GMs agreed with the review, but here's the caveat. The review was when the goal was called no goal on the ice. You know what? Maybe as a referee, if a goal goes in, you call it a good goal and you make the team that got scored on challenge. You put the onus on the team that got scored on to challenge. That includes the Oilers. If there's an iffy bullshit goaltender interference goal, or a guy kicks it in and it goes in on Stuart Skinner, goal stands. Make the team that got scored on challenge. Make them go to their video review guy and say, hey, need you to take a look at this right quick. You have 30 seconds. What did you see? And then challenge. Go from there and say, all right, that's what I saw. We're going to challenge the play. Make every goal on the ice a goal as a referee. But they won't do that because then they look like fools when every goal gets reversed as no goal. Well, if it's no goal, why did you call it a goal on the ice? I get it. I just think the NHL refs need to do their jobs. Do your job or get fired. You know what I mean? Like, if I was a referee, or if I was as bad as you guys are at your job at mine, good God, I would be fired. No questions asked. Also, guys, T's and P's to Lubo. He's dealing with some stuff right now. He won't be available. Completely understand. You take care of you, buddy. Game over. Canucks win. Canucks win. 5-2. Empty net. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric.
He's secretly an 80-point guy, or whatever his pace has been less than that. It's just going to take him a hot second.
And look, I want to follow up a little bit here. Listen, Dallas was eliminated by Edmonton last year in the playoffs. It adds a little bit of a storyline here, a little bit of a narrative. Do you think that's being, I don't want to say being talked about, because we all recognize that this game doesn't have the same stakes as the playoffs,
This game means nothing to Dallas.
we're going to be ready for you this time, starting tonight.
That's an idiotic thing to say. That is a very crazy, idiotic thing to say, though.
Close play in the line as the Islanders move in. Puck set to the crease. Defco will gather it. And he'll take another whistle with 1:20 remaining. Action heats up on TNA Impact as Leon Slater seeks revenge on the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. The stars of TNA take center stage tomorrow, 8 Eastern, live on Sportsnet 360.
There's a point in this hockey game where the Islanders were up 2-1. That's halfway through the second. And the former Islander Ratu tied the score. The Canucks did not look back from then.
Goaltender stays in for the Islanders now, trailing by 3. Myers tried to move the puck up the boards. That was blocked. Thrown in front. Knocked down by Elias Pettersson. He couldn't find it. Islanders got to the puck, but couldn't set up another chance. Now Ratu intercepts, and he'll play the puck to an open side. After it is Sherwood. He's him at a shot and missed the net. Kiefer Sherwood, who's 3 points.
David Amber from Sportsnet said this game means a lot to Dallas, considering the Oilers knocked them out of last year's playoffs. This is one of those statement games. You win this game, you put the doubt in the Oilers' mind about beating them in games in the playoffs. Like, David, the Oilers are playing very shorthanded right now. Honestly, if the Oilers had everybody that they have coming for playoffs in tonight's lineup, I don't think it would be close. I think the Oilers would steamroll the Dallas Stars. We've got 4 guys out of the lineup tonight that are going to be playoff game 1, night 1. Unfortunately for 4 players in the lineup tonight, they won't be in the playoffs game 1, night 1. As much as we think that they may deserve it, fortunately, the fact of the matter is Kane comes back, Trent Friedrich is in the lineup, McDavid's in the lineup, Draisaitl's in the lineup. You got to take 2 centers and 2 wings out. Yeah, Munchie, easy win tonight for the Oilers. Not. I'm going to be very optimistic and realistic. Dallas beats Edmonton 4-2. You're not wrong, Trucker. You're not wrong. Never, ever again. I love how he pronounces again. Just overly Canadian enunciation by Chris Jericho. I want a championship. Cool. He could have just said again. No, he has to throw that gain in there. Again. Sorry guys, I'm eating some chicken. That's why you guys can't see me on video. You guys don't want to see me eating anyway. That's bad for business. Well, Oilers game puck drop is about 2 minutes away. I love it, Trucker. I love how excited you are. Northern is at the game, by the way, guys. You might be able to hear her voice on the broadcast. That's how kind of close she sits to the cameras. Vancouver has 10 games remaining. They're 3 points back of the St. Louis Blues. Blues have 9 games remaining. The Calgary Flames have 12 games remaining, so they have 4 games in hand on St. Louis. I wouldn't be sitting too high on the hog if I was a St. Louis Blues fan tonight. Yeah, Vancouver definitely came back in that game, which is great to see. Love to see it. Definitely gonna wear that jacket. No, she doesn't know them. It's just where her seats are for season tickets. She's right behind the camera. She said she's gonna be very loud and very vocal, and we love that about her. Ugh.
As a defenseman, and you're still sniffing the playoffs? Awesome. If you're Vancouver and you're a fan of the Canucks, you should be happy as a pig in poop with what's going on here. That they're this late in the
Happy
year
as a
and that they
pig
still
in
have a chance
poop.
to get in.
And you know, I've said at times this year, like kind of a bad vibes year. After last year, it felt like everything went right. This year, it kind of felt off. I really feel like they're kind of getting that mojo back. They kind of have a little bit of that swagger, underdog mentality, and it's working for them.
And it was a night for Quinn Hughes to chill out. He only played 24 minutes, so there you go.
Easy night.
After putting 31 up against New Jersey a few nights ago, so it was a peaceful night for him. In fact, Roenick was the ice time leader with almost 26 minutes on the blue line for Vancouver. A big win. The Canucks fans are excited about that. The Montreal Canadiens fans were also equally excited because this keeps the Islanders below them in the standings. And really, if they're going to be celebrating any single player, maybe it's Thatcher Demko. We talked about the resilience of the forward group, but Demko now in 2 games has provided exactly what this team has needed. Sam, start with Demko.
Oh, it's been fantastic. And you worry about a guy coming off an injury. He hadn't played since February 8th, and so he gets into that game against Jersey. He's tested in a very similar manner to this. And if it was a lower body injury, I know it was a little cryptic about what was going on. There was a number of saves.
She's been dealing with a lot of health issues lately.
And keep along the
But
ice.
she'll be back
stretching
next
out.
week.
My goodness, he was absolutely brilliant in this game. And so Rick Tocchet said, you know what, we talked to him after the last game. He felt he was pretty good. I mean, listen, Shelov's right now as the backup. That's not an area you want to go to. These games really matter. They count. And so you need to go with your best guy as long as he's healthy. I think you play with the lineup you have tonight, and then you figure
I
it
don't
out
have a
for Friday night
podcast
against,
as of
Columbus.
I
yet.
just love the no hesitation, too. Usually the pre-scout for big goalies is get him moving east-west.
I don't have a podcast as of yet. I will be as I get more free time. Right now, I don't have a lot of free time to do much of anything. And yes, I am wearing my hat as per Northern. She wants me to wear my hat. I got my hat on. See? CCC. CC Sabathia. I'm just eating some good old chicken and don't want the viewers to be listening to me chomping. Thank you, Diane, for that. Diane knows way more than I do. I'm just the face. Diane's the real brains behind this operation. I'm just a loudmouth a-hole on the camera. I do need a napkin, though.
Lineup, and we know he doesn't have a lot of playoff experience on his resume. This is an opportunity for him to say, hey, I am the next layer of scoring. I am someone you can turn to. And so this, for me, has been a really bright sign for the Oilers.
I think you should think about Jack Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, and think about guys who have left Sam Reinhart, Buffalo, in their situations to get into a situation where they got a chance to win a cup. Maybe he's the next guy.
All right, well, keep an eye on the Dallas Stars, specifically Mikko Rantanen. Very quickly, how does he get his mojo going? Real quickly here.
Oh, man, stop thinking so much. He looks like he's overthinking things, and rightfully so. He's had an absolute whirlwind of a month here, but I think he's just overthinking, forcing some things. Not that I should be breaking down the negatives in his game, but I think they just want him to play hockey a little more. Go out there and stop thinking.
The Dallas Stars' best record in the NHL since the end of January. Five 25-plus goal scorers, most in the National Hockey League. Two powerhouses. Remember, they met in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, Edmonton taking that series. Oilers PA announcer Al Stafford is going to get us set for the national anthems and puck drop with Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and Gene Principe. Enjoy.
Between these two franchises.
And now, fans viewing at home across oil country and here in Rogers Place, we ask you to please stand if you're able, remove your hats, and join the singing voice of your Edmonton Oilers, Robert Clark, in the performance of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home
Yes, they did, Bunny.
With glowing hearts, we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Game on.
Springtime
Well sung
in
there.
Edmonton and a gorgeous evening
Edmonton.
just outside Rogers Place from above. Then we swoop in, and inside we have the
All shots
scoring
provided by a
culprit
drone.
of the
Thank you to
Western
the drone.
Conference Final rematch with Stuart Skinner in the pipes tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Last year he outdueled Jake Ottinger head-to-head, and he's coming off a 28-save outing in a win over Seattle on Saturday night. Ottinger, meanwhile, is coming off his first shutout since October as he bageled Minnesota with 32 saves on Monday. That was Jim Nill, the general manager of the Dallas Stars' 500th win in a managerial position. Darnell Nurse.
Let's get it going. Pitter patter, let's get other.
Jeff Skinner's got 3 goals in his last 2 games, and Nurse will be facing his longtime partner on the back end, Cody Ceci, wearing the number 44, and Kelly Green.
Yes, it is. It's at Rogers Place.
We've got the Oilers, we've got the Stars. They played 18 days ago at Edmonton, won it 5-4.
5-4 was the score 18 days ago. Things have changed since then.
As this, the rubber match of this season series, and the last time these two will get a look at one another for at least a couple of months. Janmark will
Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. See, I don't watch the pregame. Maybe I should, eh? Oh, Brown already looking to do some tipping.
By Ottinger. Nurse and Wallman, the D pairing for Edmonton, and Wallman fires one off the pads of Ottinger. It's grabbed by Oscar Beck, and he'll swing it up the left-hand side to Sherwood Park. Resident Sam Steele, he'll bang it in. Your starting line is brought to you by our friends at Scotiabank, believing there's a place for all Canadians in Canada's game.
You can see quickly, Jack, why Chris Knobloch really likes that line. Great backtrack by Janmark to steal the puck in zone and maintain the pressure. They're buzzing again early in this
Well,
one.
that sucks.
And of course, it was Dallas that Janmark broke into the league with. Draft by
Cody Ceci, yes, he's a Dallas Star.
GM Ken Holland, but broke
He got traded from San Jose to
Jason Robertson
Dallas.
getting it back from Vincent, smoked one high and wide. And it was Robertson with what, about 8 seconds left last year in Game 6, Louis. That was Dallas's last gasp. He missed the net, and Edmonton hung on to win 2-1. Sends one over to Mikko Rantanen. Scored in his Dallas debut in this building 18 days ago. Looks for a return.
Trade deadline night was the last time these two teams played against each other.
Shiner, well, he became the latest star this season. I don't know what it is, Louis, but they have had a slew of guys get hit with pucks in the face. Marchman twice.
Yeah, we talked to him this morning, and there's a chance.
Dart from Bouchard to Hyman behind. Squared up Jake.
Good save there. Hyman with a breakaway.
Resulted in the shutout on Monday night against Minnesota.
I wouldn't say that, Bunny. That's a good joke.
Just a good forecheck.
He was a fan favorite. He was a good defenseman.
He's so fast to close and quickly gets the possession back. Wallman active.
Most underrated Oilers player of all time, possibly.
Right up the middle. He tried one cross grain first and was picked off by Robertson, and it led to a good one-timer that missed the net. An early reminder not to try and throw pucks through sticks in the neutral zone against this Dallas team.
Jamie Benn tried to center it. That was a dangerous play. Flicked just
Why
wide
don't the Oilers
by
get
Kenny
breakaway? He
Donovan.
talks about the
That was a
Dallas
good
team
look set up by
picking up
Jamie
pucks.
Benn, who's sitting on 399 goals.
Don't throw
The
pucks
only
in
star
neutral
of
zone
more, the
against
great
this
Mike
Dallas team.
Madonna.
When it was Hyman that had a breakaway.
Hyman a snapshot on net.
Louis, point ahead of your button.
With 2 good saves. Kulak banged it back down low. Adam Henrique again
part of that veteran group that Louis talked about at the outset of our telecast.
Absolutely.
Playing well in the
I do miss Cody Ceci, but at the end of the day, I think the Oilers are better without him. I think the Oilers are better without all their players they lost.
In Draisaitl, McDavid still out of the lineup. They have guys that can do it, guys that have done it in the past, guys that have elevated and played those roles before and getting a little.
They all had choices to stay here, and they all chose not to.
To your point, look at the veterans.
Aside from the ones that got traded, everyone else had the option to stay.
39-year-old.
Oh yeah, no, during that playoff run last year, he was definitely one of the best Oilers in the playoff run. And him being on the back end is missed the most.
Perry still lingering around the net, and Jones doing a nice job of neutralizing the 20-year-old Bishop. He's got the puck back, 6'7", 200 pounds.
I don't know, man. They're in tight. Boston's in their own heads right now.
Tough pass at his feet. He's only going to get better once he even realizes how big he is.
Wallman up to Jeff Skinner. Tried that slide step into the zone and was quickly neutralized. Bischel sends it up.
The old man line, yeah.
He's having another terrific year. At age 34, only Sidney Crosby in that age group has more points than Duchesne does. Here's Matthias Janmark centering, wrist shot.
Janmark just...
A glorious opportunity.
Connor Brown just misses the net on that one.
Who see it clear, executed by Duchesne.
Great speed on that line.
Brown again, looking to pounce. Couldn't get it through to Janmark. Thomas Harley broke it up and worked it back through center. Harley had the overtime winner Saturday against Philadelphia for Dallas. That was a game that ended just 9 seconds into the extra
I mean,
session.
anything is possible, like I keep saying. Shots are 4-0 Edmonton, 15:50 left to go in the first. Icing against the Oilers.
Quick pace, quick start for Edmonton here. Both teams going back and forth again. It's the Janmark line with a nice drive into the zone by Janmark. He finds Brown, who gets a good look from the slot.
Oh my goodness, Eric.
Harley by Janmark, and on the fly releases that one. But the speed of the transitional.
I'm on the fence about Puljujärvi, to be completely honest.
Up quickly into the forward's hands, and they're skating.
Rope Hintz, who missed half the game last time these two squared off by getting hit with a puck in the face. Won the draw, but the Stars can't get a shot on net, and Harley will fall back.
Well, he was one of the 6 or 7 that Mason Marshall was telling us about this morning. And for Mason, he's had 2. One really bad one. He missed 17 games, and he still has the full cage on. And similar to Zach Hyman for the Oilers, you know, his nose was...
Puljujärvi kind of did Puljujärvi's dirty.
As far as there else, because if I even get touched in the nose, it's going to go again. But a tough customer like his dad, he's battling away and really finding his stride back in the lineup.
Here's Harley gaining the line, back-to-back 15 goals.
I'm not against you liking the Oilers tonight. I think the Oilers, as long as they play their game.
Dallas history.
Nothing flashy, nothing dancy, just north-south.
The guy I would have thought, Louis. Yeah. Guy you...
Oilers just have to focus on
I think when you were in Arizona.
playing north-south hockey.
Here's Stetcher. Punched forward by Podkolzin. Sent up by Lindell. Gaining the line wide. Johnston had it forked off his stick. And here comes Arvidsson and Podkolzin back into the zone for Edmonton.
I mean, they do play the Ducks. So that would be kind of... that'd be a good win for Boston to have. Not easy, but a good win. Dallas plays Calgary tomorrow night. Kind of shows you what they think about the Calgary Flames when they're playing Ottinger tonight.
Got his stick partially tied up by Johnston, who seems to be in the right place at the right time. For a third-year guy, hockey IQ off the charts. Lead pass, Nurse to Hyman, puts the brakes on. Looked to load up, and his hesitation cost him as Marchment relieved him of the puck. And now Granlund will send it ahead for Duchesne. Spiriting the puck.
You have a good evening, sir.
Fires wide, blocked the side against Stuart Skinner. Hammered on net by Dumba. That was fought off by Skinner. Likely.
Man, these guys love talking about Dallas, eh? Like, shots are 4-1 Edmonton, 13 and a half left in the first period. Wouldn't know it. You'd think the Dallas Stars were all over the Oilers.
Matt Dumba, longtime member of the Wild, up to Bishop. Out of the reach of Marchment. Reaching for Derek Ryan, unsuccessful. Granlund promptly turned it right back over for Evan Bouchard. Sends it ahead, and that was wired high and wide by Max Jones.
That was a great look by Bouchard on the line to Jones.
Steele pried it loose from Jones. He'll bring it up ice for Dallas. Didn't get it in deep, though. Knocked down by Corey Perry. He was on the Dallas team that went to the Stanley Cup final.
Interesting. They were an underdog? Definitely take them tonight then. I disagree, Renegade. I disagree. I think they'll have an easy time leapfrogging the Blues. Guys, let's not kid ourselves here. The Blues are riding a hot streak playing against crap teams. Let me be very perfectly frank. They are riding a heater right now playing against the worst teams in the NHL. Their hardest opponent in the last 10 games has been Montreal. Last night. I don't see them making the playoffs. I think Vancouver's going to leapfrog the Blues, and it may happen on the very last night of NHL hockey, and I'm all about that. Oh, I love for the Blues fans to be whining in their soup, as they say, when they don't make the playoffs. And all I'm going to hear about, well, Dylan Holloway had a good year. Broberg had a good year. Yeah, good years mean nothing when you don't make the playoffs. Also, for those people that are comparing Holloway to Janmark, that's the silliest comparison ever. Considering Holloway plays 20 minutes a night, Janmark barely plays 9. I watched the Blues games last night. He didn't have very many shifts, but he was on the ice for a long time. His shift numbers, he's on the ice for almost a minute and a half each shift. He's on the ice. Like, that is not good shift management by Holloway. Yeah, as they should, Trucker. As they should. That wasn't an icing call at all. That's why we're on commercial break, because he realized, oh, wait, face off at center ice. But it's the NHL officiating. Get used to crappy stuff. Best league in the world with the worst referees. Also, in case you guys are running late, there was an Oilers signing today. Joshua, welcome to the Edmonton Oilers. Video coming up, being posted either tonight or tomorrow, about him. German, plays in the Dell League.
Saturday night, those are the hats that were thrown onto the ice with his 4th career hat trick. Then Sunday night, with his lovely wife Brianne at the 33rd annual Cystic Fibrosis Gala, all started when he met Carter Hipkin, then a kid Carter, now a man. Also, great roundtable hot stove with Bob, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Craig Simpson, and Jack, and we'll try and finish that story on the next whistle. Back to you, Louie and Jack.
Victor Arvidsson tried to stuff it in front. That was deflected. Nugent-Hopkins on a serious heater. 4 goals, 9 points in his last 4 games. Now 6 20-goal campaigns as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. And that hat trick was his first in 6 years, almost to the day.
Wow.
Brett Kulak loaded, trying to center. That was broken up by Ilya Lyubushkin.
Lyubushkin, former
Long goalless streak.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Here's Stetcher.
Hey, how's it going, Dad? Anybody know who this Joshua kid is? Power play coming up for the Oilers. That's good to see.
And just a terrific job to continue to battle for the puck, Jack. You're right, Bud Colson with a heavy play. Eventually draws the call. It was Stetcher activating down low on a nice power move. But again, it was off a puck battle.
Dallas penalty, number 24, 2 minutes hooking.
And I know Craig McTavish mentioned this in the opening coming into this game. He knows playoff hockey, and he says this is when you have to start getting your mind and body right, and this is just getting up over top of the puck and making sure you're coming up with 50-50 battles. And this draws the call as Hintz digs in, and once Bud Colson feels that pressure, he's not going to let it go. Digs in, power play Edmonton.
Without McDavid and Draisaitl, this power play went 2 for 5 on Saturday against the Kraken. Second unit starts.
Yeah, that sucks for the Oilers right there. Got to hold that zone.
Power up your play with 400-plus casino games and 103 spins. Only.
Can't get anything going right now.
Henrique scored one of those power play goals the other night against Seattle, and it's sent up the right-hand side. Skinner will drop it off.
It was well executed, but the pass into the zone just a little far for Nurse, who has to maintain that position on the line.
Ekholm. That's going to be squeezed by Ottinger.
Solid save by Ottinger. I think for Nurse, he's looking, he sees a couple.
That freaked me out a little bit. That, not even gonna lie, that freaked me out a little bit.
For a redirection, if Ottinger drops it, it's in front of him, but Ottinger.
That freaked me out a little bit. Seeing my name pop up on the screen with that logo. Like, wait a minute, who? Wee. I'm gonna put my heart back in my chest a little bit. Oh, I'm sure we would have kept him. Hopkins misses. Oh, one-timer by Bouchard. Come on, boys, move that puck around. Shots are 5-2 Oilers. Nothing score. 11 minutes left to go in the first period.
Inside Skinner. Tried to drop it off, and Jamie Benn will send it over to Lindell.
Yeah, I know they're your team, bud. I don't think the Oilers are gonna. I don't think the Oilers are going to be out in the first round. I think you're going to see the Oilers in the final again. That's why they're resting Draisaitl and McDavid when they don't have to. That's why I tell you these 82 games don't matter. I hate the NHL and how 82-game regular seasons don't matter.
Bouchard across. One-touch pass. Nugent gets fired into Ottinger and Bolin, and somehow flailing was able to make the save.
Great deception by Skinner on that shot pass. He faked he was
I think it's Celebrini.
There was a hard pass to Nugent Hopkins.
I think as good as Wolf is, unless the Flames make the playoffs, he doesn't win. Unless if the Flames make it to the playoffs, and I'm not saying it's not a possibility, it's looking like it, to be honest with you, they're looking like a team that could be that 8th place team. Flames make playoffs, he's definitely Calder Trophy winner. No questions asked on that. Again, held by Stuart Skinner, and Dallas players are poking the goalie, man. Like, it's insane how many people poke our goalie. But in all honesty, guys, like if the Flames make the playoffs, I would definitely give Calder to Wolf. Earned it, deserved it. He's the only reason why the Flames are on a bottom 7 team right now. I don't want to. I don't want to, and you can't make me. I'm sure. So yeah, we're looking at a 6'3", 190-pound center. That is true. That is true. I grew up around Maple Leaf fans and hysteria. That's why I'm an Oilers fan. You're not wrong, Chodes. You're not wrong, Joe. I wish I could say that there was other factors, but the Gullickson experiment. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll stop thinking like that. Vancouver's going to be the number 8 team. Minnesota's number 7. LA 6. Vegas is 5. Colorado is 4. Detroit, Dallas is 3. Edmonton 2. Winnipeg 1. Does that fix it all? Does that make everything better? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I am not worthy. I am not worthy. Oh, I love you guys. That's awesome. Again, this is game 71 of the Oilers season. No McDavid, no Draisaitl tonight. No McDavid, no Draisaitl tomorrow night when they play Seattle in Seattle. Kind of crazy. Never want to upset the trucker. He drives for a living. You never know when he's going to drive through your town.
9:22 compared to Ottinger's 90 straight up. Here's a chance. Knocked away.
Another power play coming up for the Oilers.
And Edmonton will be right back on the
score on this, please.
That Chris Knobloch highly complimentary of. Well, in the first 10 minutes, we've seen why.
Yeah, buzzing. No question.
Yeah, I can't wait for the playoffs.
For Skinner, he pounces on this hard.
I can't wait for the playoffs. Six Canadian teams in the playoffs this year. I'm all about it. Sorry, Calgary. Sorry, you might not be one of them. But 6 out of 7, I'll be okay with it. Score's nothing still. Oilers are on their second power play. You know Dallas is going to get theirs. So let's score here because Dallas will get theirs, and they will score on it. I can almost guarantee
and
you that.
I thought afterwards, Bischel caught him a little high, too. I know he's 6'7", so you got to take that into consideration, too. But I thought he caught him a little bit high with the
9 minutes left to go in the first period. Nothing. Dallas Oilers.
4 shots the last time out, so they didn't exactly lose momentum. Hyman will pop it into the zone. Arvidsson throws.
Shots are 9-3 for the Oilers.
With 7 power play goals, leads the players in the lineup tonight. Of course, Draisaitl has 15, McDavid 11, but they're unavailable.
We could hope for a goal for sure.
Nugent Hopkins at center.
Hope and a prayer.
Flipped it over. Hyman. Tracked by Ceci.
Oh no, not 17th.
Steele, short-handed. Will churn up the right-hand side.
That's not good.
Wyatt Johnson onto the ice. He's got 3 shorties.
Way too many teeth.
Defending against Bouchard.
So one tooth just broke through then.
Ouchies. Arvidsson will step up. Trying to slingshot it into the middle. Lindell did not get it cleared. Nugent Hopkins from Bouchard. Wrapped up with Steele. Oh, what ultra aggressive penalty kill.
Hopkins, you can't lose that puck there though, man. You just cannot lose that puck there.
Nugent Hopkins is usually pretty slippery, hard to take a puck off, but Steele went right to him and aggressive on the points as well. No time.
Walden off to Kapanen and now Perry. Second unit on for Edmonton for the final 30 seconds of the cross-check against Matt Dumba. Henry trying to power his way into the corner. Got it free to Kapanen. Across to Walman. And now Perry. Walman. Kapanen. And a long dry spell for him. Ekholm. Kapanen steps up.
9 seconds left to go in the power play. Somebody shoot.
Power play set to expire. Kapanen's got to make a decision and had it deflected away.
Too much passing.
By Rope Hintz, and the Oilers come away with no shots on that power
Yep.
play. Kapanen
Way too much passing.
From Ekholm. Throws it toward Ottinger. Blocker directly to Connor Brown and shoveled down low. Bischel alliance with referee Francois Saint Laurent, shakes it off, and it's eventually advanced through to neutral. Eugene had it poke checked away. Bischel followed up. Rantanen for Robertson. Kulak on him. Got hammered by Nurse. CC maintains. Robertson back to Rantanen. Inside to Robertson. Shoveled back down low by Ceci.
Get it out now. Yes, good shit.
But now breaking out with speed is Janmark. Aspen pulls him with him.
Oh.
Ceci will come away with that puck for Dallas.
Come on, guys.
Backside of that play, Rantanen went down in a heap. He took some punishment the last time he was in this building. Big hit in particular.
No goal.
Ryan to Bouchard, Corey Perry. Shot smothered by Harley as he was in the lane against Max Jones. appeared to be
It's all good, though, guys. All good. 10-3 are the shots for the Oilers. 5.5 left to go in the first period. Nothing is the score. Yes, Oilers are 0 for 2 on the power play, but it's not really a power play, is it? And that's what happens when the defense doesn't play defense.
Can seemingly score from anywhere and any spot on the ice in the US, or so it seemed. Johnston puts it upstairs for his 27th.
Fourth shot of the period, Jack. Just like you're talking about, Edmonton has come out and really pushed. The Stars have had 2 power plays, been denied on those, and here, just a little puck that bobbles up. And gets by Bouchard, and for Johnston, we talked about it. He's such a smart
What the
player.
fuck, Bouchard?
And he was sniffing on the inside here, waiting for this one to get through. It pops to him. He makes short work of this chance in tight. Great backhand to forehand up over top of the glove. 1-0 Dallas on an opportunistic chance. Trade on a little chip on the line to Kevin Johnston.
What the fuck are you doing, Bouchard?
Assist as well, but you said it, Louis, that little play off the wall. And Johnston doesn't need much room, does he?
It didn't look like much, but because it gets through into the middle.
It's not an ugly... How do you say it's an ugly game when the Oilers have dominated the entire first period? I don't get that comment. I really don't understand that comment. Ugly game. They had one break because Bouchard doesn't know how to control his line. It'd be ugly if the Oilers were getting controlled, dominated, getting outworked. But for a team that doesn't have their top 2 players, they're playing fucking pretty well. Should have scored on the power play, but you got to take shots to score.
Joking this morning, he said, "Cops trying to take all the credit."
No, they can't.
And he
No.
He said, "Okay, that's fine with me." So obviously had some good memories with Paul Coffey as a young.
They can't. You can't put that on the goalie barbershop, and you can't say, "Oh well, if the goalies are 900." The goalies could play 950 hockey. If this team doesn't score goals, it won't matter if the goalies play 9999999. The goalies could face 50 shots a game, let in 1, and lose a game? Come on. Let's stop blaming our non-900. Let's stop focusing on that stupid number of gotta have 900, gotta have 900. The fucking media is stupid on focusing on a 900 save percentage. That is just... Oh, I hate that fucking number so much. Analytics tell you get 900 goaltending, you're going to win a game. Holy crap. But, dude. But you got to look at the goals the Oilers score when the goaltending is 900. Look at how well the defense plays when the goalie is 900. You show me a good goalie, I'll show you a great defense. You show me a good goalie, I'll show you a team that blocks shots, that doesn't give the puck away, that plays hard in front of their own goalie. I'm not saying that it's all correlated, but we got to stop blaming the fucking goalies. Stop blaming the goalies, because that's the goalie's fault. He couldn't stop a shot from 2 inches in front of him, right? Yes, I see things way differently than anybody else. I can't fix this team with the defensive deficiencies that it has and expect a goalie to make the amazing save every time. Like, but Shesterkin is an outlier. Like, you can't compare a really, really good elite goalie to what the Oilers have.
Along with Phoebe Day, $264.
They also pay him very well to do that. I'm just saying, guys, Skinner's not getting paid a lot of money to be the elite elite. And he'll never be paid a lot of money to be elite.
BC, a golf tournament that, had a nice run.
I just hate Oilers. I very much dislike Oiler fans that every goal, it's Skinner's fault.
A couple of weeks on and off the ice, and now entrusted with a penalty-killing role here. The Oilers gave up.
I'm just throwing that out there. Like, you guys blame Skinner for every goal against. Well, what leads to the goal against?
Power play shorthanded and an even.
Bouchard not holding the line properly.
Robertson firing and missed high glove. Dallas power play.
Seattle would have beat Edmonton last game if it wasn't for Stuart Skinner.
Since the calendar turned 2025.
But I get what you're saying. Skinner needs to be better, absolutely.
Goals since January the 1st.
Would love for him to steal a game or two.
But here he's cut off, and Kapanen will work it through neutral.
And that's why he'll never get paid like he's...
Backhanded it on to Hintz, and now a reset.
The defense is coming. Unfortunately, Bouchard's contract will be plus $9 million.
It's handled by Rantanen. Nurse aggressively on him. Saucer back and unable to be handled at the point by Harley. Robertson carries it back in for Johnston. Across,
No, absolutely. If Stuart Skinner was making hell, I will say this. If Stuart Skinner was making $4 million and being a sieve, have your argument. Be better. But he's making less than $3.
Connor Brown short-handed. Harley back, heading to the net. It's Kulak.
Oh, Kulak. Puck just bounces over his stick.
A late developing 2-on-1, and the pass just hopped over Kulak's stick. He finds the end mark.
How much is Ottinger making?
By Granlund, coming over Marchment to pry it loose, but right to Ekholm. He'll send it across, and Janmark now. Short-handed chance, rebound, and another stop.
Ottinger got lucky.
Just can't buy one.
Janmark is flying tonight.
Great saves by Ottinger, though.
I don't think he stopped striding the whole game so far in this first period. And he's created because of it.
Tell you what, Ottinger is the primary reason why Dallas is in front in this game. Hyman trying to bang it in.
Absolutely.
And it started right away with a chance for Hyman on a partial.
I disagree with that. Oilers still have 10 years. As long as McDavid and Draisaitl are playing for this hockey team, they will always be in a win-now type of situation. They absolutely have to draft better moving forward, and they have to develop better moving forward. But as long as you've got Leon... I get where the frustration comes from, Oiler fans. I get your guys' frustration when it comes to Skinner. But he really is just year 3 of a many-year NHL career. Aside from Cam Ward and the elites, how long has every other goalie been in the league before they became really, really good? How old is Ottinger? How old is Hollebuck? How old is Igor Shesterkin?
Get to the net.
I agree, Nick. If it's under 9.5, it's a win. But that guy in Washington signing his contract.
Capably backed up by Casey DeSmith. Like Calvin.
I agree. I agree with you, Renegade. They should have went Janmark over Campbell.
Proven better. Corey Perry flings it inside the Dallas zone with a minute to go in this first period. Oilers have played a good period.
Getting Campbell was a huge mistake. And that's offside with 50 seconds left to go. Oilers are offside. I'm just saying, getting Campbell was a big mistake. But hindsight's 50-50. Did he play well? What is that Dallas player that just got the Washington defenseman? But the difference is, Hollebuck and Ottinger, when they were younger, like Skinner is, couldn't steal these games.
Johnston going to be waved out of the circle, replaced by Jamie.
They were also elite coming into the league. Skinner was not.
Assisted on the only goal thus far, scored by Wyatt Johnson. Oilers. The chip off the wall by Dadonov set up the entire play.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Scoots it down low. Ben.
You guys have to remember, like, this is a team that's in the playoffs every year. Despite how crappy our goaltending is, according to some fans.
And off the turnover, Nugent, Hopkins, and Hyman carry it back in. Chance Skinner, and the save made by goaltender Jake Gunter. Another chance, Hyman, and that was denied.
That wasn't denied. That went 15 feet high. Come on, Jack.
Skinner, Nugent, Hopkins, Hyman put together here for the final seconds. Now Dadonov, maybe one last chance.
Oh, wow, Nick, that's awesome.
Smacked down by Ekholm, and that
Hey, Oilers are down 1 after the first period. I will take that, considering the powerhouse Dallas Stars. The Oilers are down 1? All right. Bet. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Oilers could have been up 1 on the power play they had. Didn't score. Dallas comes down and makes it 1-0 them. I will do the out-of-town scoreboard because there was some stuff that matters to the Oilers in tonight's around the NHL. Whoo! The Vancouver Canucks beat the Islanders 5-2. The Devils beat the Blackhawks 5-3. And game just in the first intermission like ours, Ducks 1, Bruins nothing. 1-0 after 1, thanks to Wyatt Johnson's 27th of the year. Oilers outshoot the Dallas Stars, outplay the Dallas Stars, but still find themselves down 1 because of a Bouchard bundle. And yes, that man will get paid because arbitration loves stats. Oh, no, I get that, Eric. That's why you're not going to see Stuart Skinner after next year if he doesn't continue. How do I say this nicely, politely, without getting in trouble with people that watch this channel, that I know watch this channel? Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. Okay, right now, I'm just Matt the messenger right now. Don't shoot me. If Stuart Skinner plays like this in the playoffs, you won't see Stuart Skinner in an Oiler jersey next year. You will not see Stuart Skinner the starting goalie of the Edmonton Oilers next year. You will see a starting goalie that makes way too much money to be a starting goalie as an Edmonton Oiler goalie next year. A lot is riding on Stuart Skinner's shoulders for playoffs. He's been given the benefit of the doubt this season. He's been dealing with a lot of off-ice stuff that I'm not allowed or should talk about because it's not my story to share. But he's been dealing with a lot of off-ice stuff. Mentally, he's one of the toughest people I know. He is one of the toughest mental goalies that I know. And he goes out and he does what he can do to help this team win. Sometimes he overdoes too much and it shows. And he just has to keep shit simple stupid. If Stuart Skinner has a good postseason like he had last season, like I mean better than last season even, he'll get paid $4 to $5 million for 5 years. And he could still end up being the backup to the Edmonton Oilers next year. Depending on what is available in free agency and what this team can pull off in a trade for a bona fide number one. Keep in mind, a lot of number one goalies don't want to come to Edmonton. I've had a few conversations. A lot of number one goalies do not want to come to Edmonton because of 2 reasons. The shitty fan base and the shitty media. You're not wrong, Renegade. It's not strong enough by far. Like, we have to remember that our fan base is so rough on goalies. We rode Dubnyk out of town. We got Skivens out of town. Who was the recent one we told to get out of town that's been dominating? No, it has nothing to do with management. I don't know why you think it's shitty management. Most teams love the management here. Most players like what this management does. They spend money. They're willing. Like, that's one thing we don't see as fans is this team is willing to spend a lot of money to make this team good on the ice. Sometimes it pays off in home runs like Kane, Ekholm, Wallman, and when you see Trent Friedrich play, and sometimes you get duffs like Arvidsson, like a Stetcher, like a Klingberg. I don't think Marc-Andre won't take it. He'll never play in Canada. Marc-Andre Fleury does not want to play in a Canadian city. And that is the worst part about top-end Canadian goalies is they don't want to play in Canadian media markets. Yep, you're not wrong, Nick. Not wrong at all. But yes, in all honesty, we will see Trent Friedrich play. I will guarantee you we'll see him play. This is where I wish the coach would just keep his mouth shut about things. Yeah, fair. I think we don't give enough credit to our goaltending. Because it's not like during the playoffs the Oilers were scoring 9 goals a game. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. Had the Oilers went out and scored 9, 10, even 8, 7, 6 goals every game and won that way, then okay, our goaltending doesn't matter. But the Oilers weren't winning blowout games like that. But again, I get where that's the part of me that I see both sides. I see why we're blaming the goaltending, and I see why I'm sticking up for the goaltending. No, I don't think he calls his team fragile again. Giving the coaching decision and the upper management decision to rest McDavid and Draisaitl for the playoffs. By the way, Draisaitl's not expected to play again next week, and McDavid's not likely to play again for the rest of the season. There, I said it. I'm not happy I said it, and it pisses me off that I have to be the one to fucking say it. McDavid will not play again in the regular season unless the Oilers are falling out of a playoff spot. Draisaitl probably won't see ice again unless he says, I'm done sitting. But the plan from upper management right now, Draisaitl, McDavid out until playoffs. It went from missing day to day to week. That's not wrong. That's wrong. Completely wrong. Good night. That's completely wrong. I don't know why you think that, but I'll let you think that. Like, I get that you can say you're soft to play against. Absolutely. The Oilers were soft. They didn't battle. They didn't hit hard. But now they're hitting hard and playing hard. They're not fragile anymore. I never once would say they were fragile. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I actually know for a fact this is Knobloch's team for the next 5. He's going to sign a 5-year contract with the Oilers to coach the Oilers. The Oiler management is tired of seeing coach flipped after coach flip after coach flip. They're tired of seeing GM flip after GM after GM flip. The only reason why we have a new GM now is because the old one retired. For fuck's sakes. We will. Epic, we will get by LA. Like, that's... I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about home ice advantage. The Oilers clearly don't care about home ice advantage. Otherwise, McDavid and Draisaitl would be playing right now. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. If the Oilers are worried about home ice advantage and worried about not making the playoffs, McDavid and Draisaitl would be in the lineup right now. What is that saying? There's a difference between hurt and injured. Are you hurt or are you injured? They're banged up. You're telling me that if the Oilers thought they were in a playoff spot in jeopardy, that these two players wouldn't be playing? I've seen the record. I've also seen that that's inflated completely. I don't trust the record at home in a regular season. You could go 100-0 at home, and I would still take you in the playoffs if I was the Oilers. Different animal regular season, postseason. I'm not worried about LA at all. Like, I don't know why you guys are. I'm telling you guys right now, a healthy Oilers team is gonna be a beast team to get out by any team. Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, LA, Vegas, Minnesota, Vancouver. A healthy Oilers team is going to be one of the toughest teams to get out in the playoffs. Why are you worried about LA? I'm not worried about LA right now. They're riding a hot story. Just my opinions, guys. Like I said, I'm not worried about LA, but I'd like to know why you guys would be. What scares you about LA? Like, all I've been hearing about podcasts is LA this and LA that. You want to know why they're talking about LA this, LA that? Because they had a fire go through their city. They're trying to be that feel-good story. Like St. Louis was when that girl died of cancer. They went and won the cup. Nothing was really talked about with the Oilers, though, right? When Ben got sick and when Ben passed away. It didn't get any national media coverage in the States. Darcy Kemper's a capable goalie since when? You think Darcy Kemper playing with that team is capable enough to winning? He won a cup with Washington. I'd still put Stuart Skinner up against Darcy Kemper. I wouldn't put Stuart Skinner up against Hollebuck and not expect the Oilers to do amazing things. I wouldn't put, but goalie mano a mano, I'd take Stuart Skinner over Kemper. No, Joe, you're okay. Like, I get where you're coming from. That's why I'm the positive guy. You guys talk. That's why I'm the positive guy. See, that's just it. I thought she was... The way the media talked about it, she had not survived. But that's what I mean. We don't hear about Ben's story. The national media didn't cover the Oilers' story at all. That's what it takes. It just takes one of those stories to reach national media. No, it wasn't with the Avs. I thought it was with Washington that... No, that was Holtby. Yeah, it was the Avs. But yeah, You could have put a pylon in the back of the net with that Avs team, and there was nobody beating them. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat a team when they're allowed to go offside every other time and score a goal. But I digress. Yes, I'm still sour about it. I'm just saying, guys, I get your guys' arguments. I get your side of it. And I love the fact that we don't agree. That's the best part about this is we don't always agree on everything. And I like the fact that you guys don't agree with me on everything. And I'm not going to bash you and tell you you're a complete idiot. If your argument is valid, I'll absolutely see. But just to sit here and bash, just to bash, no, don't do that. But if you bring a valid argument to anything, I will absolutely hear your side out. Like, there's a valid argument to saying Stuart Skinner won't be a good goalie. There's a valid argument to it. I see that. I recognize that as you very well could be right. But there's also an argument saying that Stuart Skinner could be a good goalie. He just needs to get the outside stuff out of his head. Oh, frick. I'll be right back, guys.
First, and then Hyman back at him, and as they were in that battle, they both went down awkwardly. And once they were tangled up, and you can see as he goes down here, it's the left leg that bends back underneath him. So his left leg is tangled.
Hyman's out.
And both Hyman and Marchment
Hyman's done for the year.
were teammates in Toronto for a brief period of time in the same organization. And it's just as one of those awkward falls, and you can see the legs come together for Marchment. That leg is pinned.
When it rains, it pours. No, McDavid isn't overrated. That's a silly comment.
Dallas attacking a one-timer ripped by Marchment.
I don't even want to continue, guys. It's.
That's as good a chance as Dallas.
I hope to see Hyman on the bench right away, but
That was flicked upstairs on Skinner by Wyatt Johnston.
And a real solid save here because this is labeled 5-hole. Quick little one-timer by Marchment in the slot. He gets it away.
I agree, Nick. I think we're going to get 3 out of the next 4. I think the Oilers are going to win 3 or 4 cups.
But the point being on the Hyman play, Louis, he doesn't stay down for even a half second typically. That's a guy
The Oilers can't afford to have Hyman out.
later on the ice. Wrist shot, deflected. Skinner gives it a close look. Kaplan did not get it out. Matt Duchesne. Dallas give a new life here. Defended by Adam Henry. Puts it down low. Granlund breaks loose. Kicked it out. Rich. Stayed out. Skinner made it.
Huge saves by Stuart Skinner there. Huge saves by Stuart Skinner.
Inside to Marchment this time. Couldn't get the tunnel. Now gives it another opportunity.
Kapanen, move your fucking feet, you useless shit!
Marchment a glance at the heavens.
And Bouchard is coming off laboring as well on that play.
Kapanen with 2 bad giveaways led to great chances by Dallas.
This way or not, I'm trying to tend the door here down the bench because guys are dropping like flies. I mean, these are terrific chances. The Duchesne chance that he has again just kind of corrals this puck.
Hopefully they win, but
Save
if they don't, they don't.
by Skinner to find this through the traffic. Because Duchesne gets this puck, it's labeled right there. What an extension. With
What a save by Stuart Skinner.
wow.
Boosted slapper denied by Skinner. Here's puck pulls up from Nugent Hopkins. Tries to get it back to Lewin Harley. And Nugent Hopkins tied up. Arvidsson to Kulak. Olsen. Bouchard remaining on the bench. A wrist shot meanwhile fired at Ottinger by Brett Kulak. He's able to make the save. And Nugent Hopkins will reset with Nervous. Hyman underneath. And now Bouchard appears heading that way too.
Yeah, that's why he's not playing in the playoffs, Epic. He'll be one of the 4 players that won't have a spot on the playoffs. Absolutely squared up like Tyson, eh?
Stabbing at the puck and in conjunction with Podolzin, the Oilers muster a clear.
Hyman's in the dressing room. Bouchard's on the bench. Hyman's in the dressing room.
Here's Robertson walking in, loading and firing. Took too long. That shot stymied by Brown. I think Bouchard went all the way underneath.
Bouchard's under the bench into the dressing room as well.
Bouchard and Hyman gone in this period already. We played just 2 minutes. McDavid and Draisaitl, of course, not starting the game. For only the second time since they came into the league, outside of a couple of meaningless regular season finales last year in 2022. Dallas guilty of an offside.
Hyman went to the dressing room. Bouchard went to the dressing room. Hyman got back on the bench. Okay. Hyman's back on the bench. That's good news, maybe. Oh. No, Joe, it's absolutely continue doing you, man. Like I know you're in a dark place, but that's why I'm here to be the positive guy.
But also taking the stick of Granlund, and that one just catches him in a bad spot. He's walking it off down the tunnel with TD4s. The head athletic therapist, and we'll keep an eye.
I want the timeline where the Oilers never lose a game. They go 82-0 every year. You know what I mean? Is that a timeline that exists? Multiverse. The Oilers multiverse. There's got to be a team in the multiverse that never loses.
You first try and put weight on, you're like, ooh, this is not.
Nick, if only that's how that worked, eh?
These guys are tough. I mean, they're battling
Oh.
stuff.
Unfortunately, I've been told any trade made now after the trade deadline, that player can't play for
You
you.
could tell he was not happy with the way that felt. Went down the tunnel, walked it off, came back. He has not got on the ice yet, so we'll keep an eye. And now Evan Bouchard makes his way back as well.
Bouchard's foot's got a sting.
Truly forgotten Game 7, Edmonton, Philadelphia, Stanley Cup Final. Mark Messier got hit by friendly fire and missed a portion of that game and had to come back. Imagine how that could have changed the course of history.
That's awesome, Nick. That's awesome.
Ended up winning that game 3-1.
What is it? The TVA?
Muscle it up the left-hand side.
In the Loki series, the TVA?
And now they'll whistle it.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I think that would have been whistled that quickly as well, but face off to the left of Skinner.
Maybe they thought it was 1987, however briefly.
There you go.
Yeah, it was 16, but
Face off cleanly. Dumbo rifles one high and wide. Connor Brown from 1.
it was 16, and the Oilers needed every win to make the playoffs. Remember that, though, guys. They don't need to do that, and they made the playoffs this year. They are better this year than they were last year.
Just might have told you that. Yeah, I tried to anyway. Glue it to the boards.
It was cement. Worked off the stick by Janmark, and Jeff Skinner might have something here. A little change of pace, could not get through Mitchell. Actually, a pretty good move by Skinner, but Mitchell stayed with it, nudged out in front, and covered by Ottinger.
Well, you know, we've talked about his stride so often and the way he uses the edges in that 10-2 or 9-3, whatever you want to call it. He's one of the best in the league at it. Comes from that figure skating background. So when he turns like that, it gives him a lot of options, and sometimes it really creates a little hiccup for the defender trying to follow him when he does that. And he doesn't come up the traditional just pumping the Pistons down the ice and maneuver.
Hey, let's go Oilers for sure.
You have to kind of respect it because it can allow him to go different ways. And I think Bischel, though, just says, you know what, I'm going to try and close this as quick as possible.
Wouldn't that be something, eh, Nick?
Slither through there, and he's quick to find those little holes.
Here's Henry trying to slide it in front, deflected dangerously wide by Ceci. Nurse will hold the zone, give it up for Kaplan. One-timer ripped by Henry, a save made, and Hyman.
Hyman's back out there. Might not look very good, but he's out there.
Chance and a good shot by Henrique with traffic in front from
Yeah.
right on the
Oh, don't be. It's okay.
He still was able to find that pass.
I still say it was 20 in a row.
Turned over here, Matt Duchesne.
Modern record.
One-timer blasted by Ceci, and a save.
Big save there by Skinner.
It was a 93-mile-an-hour heater.
Nick Ballman, I think, took that one.
Granlund to Duchesne.
The fact that the Oilers are down 1-0 right now.
Cross ice, Nurse. In front, redirected.
Ooh, good save there by Ottinger.
Foiling Hyman, who was situated back door.
Why are you betting on the Oilers?
Great look.
Never bet on the Oilers, man.
Time up on the rush. Let's thread that through right onto the tape.
Kapanen weaving his way in. Hyman had a shot glance on.
Oh, I gotta look at those.
Pounded on net by Ekholm. And that's grabbed by Ceci. Hard up the boards and hits a good play off the wall to get it back to the Edmonton line. So both Bouchard and Hyman have returned. No worse for the wear. So the Oilers dodge a couple there as Lindell takes a pop, lofts one up ice. Robertson sets the table for Hintz. Now Rantanen pulled down. Hintz back door, and Robertson finishes.
Of course.
Beating Stuart Skinner to make it 2-0. That's Jason.
Sloppy fucking hockey by the Oilers.
And his backhander flicked home for a 2-0 lead.
Well, so often you see it in the game of hockey. A couple great chances at one end, and then the other team comes down and finishes theirs. Here's a nice pass by Nurse right into Hyman, who tries to elevate this one, chip it up over top of the right pad of Ottinger. And then this long pass up the ice isn't handled. For Ekholm, he's got to be aware. Because Robertson was closing in, he keeps it on the line, but it's a little drop pass to Randy, who, as he's going down, is able to thread this.
That's fun.
To Hintz, and then Hintz with a little chopping backhand back through finds Robertson, and he taps that one home. Not a clean play, but they made the plays under pressure.
That upsets me, man. This team has to play perfect against these good teams.
Hintz was deflected. They had 3 men on him, Louis, and he was still able to force
Kulak, bad giveaway.
Robertson made no mistake, and now Dadonov looking for 3-0, and he blasted it over the shoulder of Skinner, but wide. Wyatt Johnston pounces on a loose spot.
Yep.
He'll fling one off the flexi. Jamie Benn over top of the puck with Derek Ryan, forcing it back to the point. Here's Harley getting it back. One-timer, save Skinner.
It was a clean pass, but we got to get that puck from our gloves to our sticks. No, the Oilers are not doing this in the playoffs. Oh my Lord. Good night. I know you're a Leaf fan and you don't know what playoff success is. You probably don't even know what regular season success looks like. But this team is not the team you're going to see in the playoffs. That's why I'm not too worried about anything. I'm not worried about anything we see from now until night one of the playoffs. I said it before, I'll say it again. Until they change the system of the NHL, these 82 games don't mean nothing. I hate to say it, these 82 games mean nothing. Regular seasons mean jack shit.
Impact on that goal, and then you just saw the top line. All three forwards contributed on that play to make it 2-0. And for Peter DeBoer, he's got the luxury of having that.
Nick, that's yeah, right.
It up every once in a while, but for the most part, he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, they're having a bad game.
Throughout this season.
Sucks. Shots are 18-13 for the Oilers. 2-0 Dallas.
A lot of different guys get that opportunity with Robertson and Hintz. Rantanen has kind of closed that door.
Yeah. And sometimes it was Johnston, right? He would jump up to that line, and it's just such a good.
That's not a bad idea.
Throughout the lines, and
Roman Josi would be a great pickup for the Oilers.
When they're healthy, they're hoping they can put together a real deep forward group that can compete and battle and can be dangerous up and down their lineup.
Well, you saw after the win against Seattle, four guys in
this team's giving me nothing happy to think about, talk about, cheer about. But hey, the game's still young, right? Lots of time left, still a period and a half. Just takes one. You get one, you can get two. This is the time to see what the Oilers have.
Last by Bouchard, kicked out by Ottinger, whose game, it must be noted.
You're missing your top two stars. Let's see your Gutzbach. You're down 2 goals. Let's see your skill and will. Let's get the grit going.
Time and time again, and it started early with a partial break.
Say a final score. 4-2 Dallas.
Drop past Ekholm. Took too long to get it off. Marchment got a piece. Nugent Hopkins, Bouchard. His shot was blocked. And Marchment able to snare it for Dallas. Probably turned it right back over. Kept it alive for Duchesne. Marchment back to work. Came in with 7 his last 6 games.
That would be something, Nick. If that becomes the score, 3-3 going to overtime, I'd be very happy about that. But I think it's be 4-2 Dallas.
He's found his game now and says he's used to the mask now. Took him a little time to get used to it.
Last by
11 and a half left to go in the second period. Shots are 20-12. Edmonton 2-0. Dallas. I mean, they are the Dallas Stars, fully healthy.
The year against Baltimore. Jays looking to set a certain tone for what figures to be a grueling American League East race. That's tomorrow, 2 Eastern, noon Mountain on Sportsnet. The Blue Jays and the O's. Forced free by Yanmark.
That'd be a good score, too.
Slapped at by Randon, held in by Yanmark. Centering pass goes through untouched. Kulak. Keeps Dallas hemmed in down low. The outlet, Lindell to Ransom. Doesn't leave the zone. And meanwhile,
Skinner gets high-sticked. Ref doesn't see it. Skinner gets high-sticked in the center of the fucking ice, and the ref is looking at it. No call.
Whistled it down, but he didn't put his hand up, but obviously he's calling something.
well, he's getting help from linesman.
You're fucking right, the linesman made the call for you, eh, bud? Yeah, that linesman made the call for you. That linesman said, hey, why are you not watching the play, dumbass?
He had it. I think he just was wondering if it was going to be blown down, but this just kind of pokes him.
What a fucking joke of a ref.
You know, it's just...
Do you help with the linesman to do your skates up in the locker room, too?
Wrong time for Skinner. Maybe right time to draw the 2 minutes. He'll take it because he's on the power play. But he paid the
What a joke.
for Robertson just in that scheme.
And this is why the refs in the NHL are the biggest joke in all of reffing.
And it did clip him.
You need help from a linesman to make a penalty.
Lately, the last couple of weeks, he seems to be around it. As you said, that one a little inadvertent, but nevertheless.
Well, you know what, he gets in there, and that's why he's drawing calls. And you know, I know the panel talked about it.
I don't get it. I don't get the reffing in this league, and it's league-wide, game-wide.
And it does take some time, but
it's not just Oiler games. It's all games that you watch. The refs are so bad at their job.
Digging in, give him a lot of credit because he was on the outside looking in, but he's kind of burst open the door here and an opportunity's presented itself for him, and he's taking advantage of it.
Munchie, enough. They're not trading McDavid. That's.
I mean, it was 2 weeks ago. Here's Jeff Skinner driving in left-hand side.
That's like Washington trading Ovechkin just because he's running out of his contract and doesn't want to play anymore. Let's trade him. That's such a stupid thing to say. Matt Sundin leaving the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wait, you're not old enough to know who Matt Sundin is.
The rebound available. Hold free by Jeff Skinner. Gets it back from Arvidsson. Halfway through this hockey game, Dallas 2, Edmonton no score.
The comments like that just make me think you're just not very bright.
Skinner, Arvidsson fires. And that went off.
For anybody that's thinking McDavid's going anywhere, McDavid's contract just needs to be signed. He's going to be here for 8 years. He's going to make roughly 16 to 17 million a year. Bouchard's agent wants him to go to arbitration. Don't expect a contract signed by the Oilers unless they overpay to make it happen. Because if Bouchard goes to arbitration, he's going to get $11 million a year. Wouldn't that be awesome?
So you've got Henrique now.
Yeah, that Chikrin contract looks really good for Draisaitl. Looks good, really good for Bouchard. They're not going to do anything on power play, so I'm going to mute the TV. I'm going to talk about the Chikrin contract. Sorry, guys, if you want to care about what's going on TV, I'll let you know. But that contract signed by Chikrin is going to let the Bouchard camp tell the Oilers, look at my offensive numbers. They're better than Chikrin's. Look at my upside. I'm better than Chikrin. Look what I've done in the playoffs. I'm better than Chikrin. He got that. I want this. Or we could go to arbitration. And arbitration doesn't look at the videos of him giving the puck away 18 times a game or him not playing defense 19 times a game. What arbitration looks at, purely numbers. Arbitration will look at numbers. All right, well, let's see. We have Evan Bouchard here. Evan Bouchard, what's his numbers? We'll just go by the last 2 years because they want to look at the previous numbers. Yeah. That would be completely ironic and stupid. So what arbitration does? Yeah, no, absolutely. And they do talk about that too. Up 2-1 for Dallas, they score. 3-1, 3-0 Dallas. Woohoo. Skinner's got to have that one. That's on Stuart Skinner. That's a 5-hole goal. That's a 5-hole goal you can't let in. But that's a giveaway by the Oilers again at the offensive blue line. Ekholm pinch. Skinner has to have that one. Hey, I just said Skinner. I just said something negative about Stuart Skinner. Damn. So, looking at numbers the last 2 seasons. Evan Bouchard, 18 goals, 64 assists, 82 points, plus 34. This season, 70 games played, 13, 42, 55, plus 16. He's a plus 34 and a plus 16 last 2 years. That right there gets you $9 million. The fact that you've had 100 points, a little over 110 points last 2 seasons combined, that gets you another $3 million. He's going to be looking at $12 million arbitration that the Oilers have no choice but to match. Yes, Joe, everything will be okay in the playoffs because the team you see today on March, 26th, 2025 is not going to be this team you see April 19th, 2025. The team you see today will not be the team you see in 2 weeks. You could take these last 10 games the Oilers play and not even to think about them. They can't fix the defense, but they make the defense look pretty damn fucking good. You can't fix the defense, but you can absolutely help the defensive side. So instead of splitting up your top 3 players, instead of splitting up Skinner, who's their best player right now, Hyman, who's one of their best players, and Hopkins, and putting him on 3 different lines, you could put them on top 6. I'm just saying we can't look at this team and think this is what the playoffs are. Now, if they play like this with McDavid, with Draisaitl, with Evander Kane, with Trent Friedrich, and also they're missing a defenseman that's not playing, Emberson, I would put Emberson in before I played Stetcher. You put Emberson in the playoff mix. Now you've got a solid bottom pair defenseman to play with Kulak. Now you've got your top 2 players back. You've got your best hitter back in Kane. You got another really big grit guy who takes no shit from nobody in Friedrich. The team you see now is not the team you're going to see in 2 weeks. I can mark it down. I can bet my house on it. I can do a lot and make a lot of money. This team is not going to be the team you see in 2 weeks. Give credit where credit is due to the Dallas Stars. Yeah, Skinner's pissed, as he should be. As he fucking should be. Pissed at himself, pissed at his piss poor defense in front of him. I hate all the negativity that fans have towards this team. This team isn't good right now. Well, you take your 2 best scorers out of every lineup. Toronto takes Mitch Marner, Matthews out of their lineup. How well do they do? Colorado takes Makar and McKinnon out of their lineup. How well are they doing? Pittsburgh takes Crosby and Malkin out of their lineup. How well did they do?
2 straight 40-goal campaigns before
It's same shit, different story. You take two of the best players out of your lineup, your other guys have to step up, but there's only so much stepping up they can do.
Those two Robertson second period goals have now built a 3-0 lead.
Shots are 23-14 for the Oilers. Not like the Oilers are going away and crying in a hole. They're trying. Ottinger's just a good goalie. Also, how many cups does Ottinger have?
But when they get their opportunities, they have capitalized.
Centering pass.
I'm just saying, like, for all the shit that people talk about our goaltending, they have the same amount of cups as Hollebuck. They have the same amount of cups as Roberto Luongo did. Skinner makes a save there.
He was able to squeeze it shut and keep this game.
And it won't work. They blew up their entire team for what, Nick? To face the Dallas Stars in round 1? To get beat in round 1 with those two bad goalies that you picked up? I'm just saying, they did all that for what? They traded away everybody that they could trade away for what? Because they weren't going to re-sign with you next year? Because Ratnan said he wanted to make more than McKinnon and you said no? Because McCarr's contract is up next year? But I also said Matthews and Marner. You take Marner out of that lineup. Not just Matthews, but you take Marner out of that lineup. Now what do you have? I get what everybody's saying. I get the frustration that this team is getting beat up on right now. I get it. You don't think Knobloch knew that going into tonight, saying McDavid won't play, Draisaitl won't play? You don't think he was expecting this team to get rolled? Oh, God, dude. You know Matthews makes more money than McDavid, right? You know that Nylander is making more money than McDavid. Dude, I can't with you. I can't.
From a complete game perspective and the way
you might want to just put your Leaf helmet back on because it's full of tinfoil debauchery, man.
At the same time, they gave up a lot early on. Could have been a different story.
Having said that, that was set up by a aggressive forecheck from Randman.
I don't get it, man.
Johnston, Donoff won a stick battle with Evan Bouchard. We've got a penalty coming here. And this will be a slash whistled against Edmonton's Evan Bouchard.
Jason Marchman shaking the left hand here. On the receiving end here, Bouchard wasn't.
Yeah, because Matthews is such a true leader, right? No, I don't feel like playing today, Coach. I have an upper body injury. Well, what's your injury? I don't know. I'm feeling sick to my stomach. My womb hurts me. I'm having cramps from my PMS. It's that time of the month for me, Coach. I can't play today. Oh, we got a back-to-back, Coach? I can't play the second game of back-to-back. No, literally, good night. That's the excuse Matthews said. I'm having stomach pains today, Coach. I can't play tonight. 5 minutes before game time. Hey, Coach, this is the second game of back-to-back. I can't play tonight. I don't play back-to-backs, Coach. My intestines are hurting. My womb and my PMS just kicked in. Yeah, leader there, right? Put a captaincy on him. Strip it from John Tavares. But hey, Matthews is such a true leader.
A take right now. Rope hits.
I don't know, man. I get that you're a Maple Leaf fan, but you might want to stop while you're ahead. What a save by Skinner again.
Who stares him down.
Nick,
isn't out of reach.
I hate to tell you this, but the Oilers are doing load management right now. I hate to tell everybody the sad fact, but Vegas is doing load management right now with two of their players, and the Oilers are doing load management right now with Draisaitl and McDavid. It sucks. It's frustrating and it sucks.
Edmonton coming in 4-0-1 in its last 5 games. Dallas finishing up another spotless homestand. The Stars are 10-0-1 in their last 11 at home. Their best stretch on home ice since 2000.
It's tough. It's tough.
A little up and down on the road if you're really nitpicking Dallas. 7 wins in their last
You're not wrong, Barbershop. You're not wrong.
The power play down to 50 seconds.
He was more upset by not giving 70 goals than he was losing Game 7 of the playoffs. If Draisaitl cared about hitting 50, he wouldn't have taken games off. He's well aware how close he is of hitting 50. He's well aware of how close he is from getting 60.
Off to Mikhail Granlund, trying to slide it in front, taken away by Mikolzin. Kapanen has Nurse heading for the net. Kapanen centers, and it was out of the reach of Darnell Nurse. The Oilers have had a couple of shorthanded looks here, unable to cash in. Robertson, and he was drilled by Nurse, and we're going to have an interference.
What epic.
And Darnell saying, when did Robertson release that puck?
Edmonton penalty number 25, 2 minute interference.
Two-man advantage for 13 seconds. Let's see, Louie.
And here it is as Robertson gets this puck and
He never really got a stick on it.
or did he touch it though?
Yeah, he did touch it.
That's not interference. 5-on-3 for Dallas, because, you know, it's Dallas.
That Robertson is in here, but he does catch shoulder. It's a little bit of the
You're not wrong. That's what kills the fans, and that's what's happening.
And goes down. I think Nurse has got an argument there. He touched that puck. That's not interference.
That's exactly it, Nick. These guys are past individual awards. They want the holy grail that is the Stanley Cup.
Here's a chance. And a block
They're
shot.
done with, yeah, I got the...
For a few more seconds. Harley redirected home by Robertson. That's a hat trick for
Hat trick for Robinson. Mr. I, he hit me, ref. Ref, he hit me.
Dallas. That's a natural hat trick for Robertson. The fifth of
You're a
his
fucking
career,
joke, ref.
and his first
Fuck
of the
you.
natural variety.
Beautiful shot pass redirection here. Short work of the 5-on-3. And they'll have some time still on the 5-on-4. They're still in the box. Broken up initially right here. Recovery has to happen. And then that little bit of a laser right there. It's Harley that comes from high to low, gets himself to the top of the circle. So he's a threat to shoot this puck. Skinner has to respect it.
4-0 Dallas.
Backhand side that gets there right on time, and I mean this is deflected just inside the post, so not even back into Skinner. It's directly into the net on that line. 4-0 in a few Dallas.
Cool for them. Good for the Dallas Stars.
Fans' hats come onto the ice.
What are you going to do tomorrow when you play Calgary with your backup goalie?
Robertson so strong on a stick there with some interference from Ekholm to keep that stick hard on the backhand, Louis, to just knife that inside the post.
Yeah, and it was a rocket.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs will never see a third-round playoff win.
Stand this ground. Perfect redirection.
Here's Mikolzin. Backhander off the
When was the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs saw the third round there? Good night.
Who's been perfect on 25 Oiler bids tonight. This is offside against Dallas with 4 1/4.
If Goodnight can answer when was the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs went to the third round,
Natural hat trick
that'd be great.
to break this game wide open.
Yeah, what a period for Robertson. 3 straight goals.
Good period for
3
Dallas.
different ways.
4 minutes left to go in the second period. 4-0 Dallas.
Power play goal again. You have to come up with
Oilers had their chances early in the game, didn't capitalize. Dallas did.
To take it towards the net, and the shot passed right onto the backhand side of Robertson.
I wasn't kidding when I'm telling you McDavid should be playing this game. Draisaitl should be playing this game.
For the Stars, they basically get a full 2-minute power play out of that because they only had the 13 seconds of 5-on-3. Here's a
Riddle me this. What's McDavid's injury?
in hot pursuit of this puck.
How's that a trick question, Nick? How's that a trick question, Nick?
Out there, Farley kicks it back to Wyatt Johnston.
2004?
Grant
They didn't see a third round.
Robertson got it back, punched off his stick, and attempted clear by Wallman, knocked down by Rantanen. Duchesne to Robertson. Rantanen loads and fires. That was deflected away by Mikolzin. Good second effort to get a stick in the lane. Settled down by Harley.
Answer to the question, the Maple Leafs have never played a third round in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
And Robertson fired it off the side of the post.
When they won their cups when it was original 6, it was only 2 rounds of the
Sorry
playoffs.
to set that up though. Wyatt Johnston.
No Leaf fan has ever seen their team play in a third round.
Outnumbered play in front of the net.
Rantanen has it picked off and cleared by Wallman.
That's tough.
And as the power play dips under 15 seconds and the game clock under 3 minutes.
Sorry, win a third round. Not just play, but win. You're right, 04 they played Ottawa and lost to Ottawa. Dumba grabbed him and interfered with him. Didn't go too well, though.
He put the Jets on. I thought Arvidsson was gone, but Dumba tracked him down.
Dumba grabbed him, no call on the ice because Arvidsson didn't fall over.
Back at full strength. Here comes Adam Henry. Arvidsson snuck it inside for Bouchard, taken away by Marchment.
That's interesting. Arvidsson didn't have the puck and got hit.
Bouchard, his shot deflected high and out of play into about the 6th.
Epic, that's enough.
With 2:12 to go in the second period, as Louis mentioned, Victor Arvidsson thought he was in alone. Dumba had other
That's a whole lot of interference going on there, but that's another time for another place. Honestly, Picard's not our starter, guys. If he wanted the starting job, he should have won back-to-back chances that he got. If Calvin Picard wanted the starting job, he should have came out with it in training camp. He should have won it in October when we were playing him in October. He should have won his back-to-back starts that he got. He didn't. There's a reason. What's up, Edmund? I'm just saying, there's no sense in trying to start the argument of Skinner's not our starter. We just have to be okay with the fact he is, and he just has to remember who he is and how good he is as a goalie. It's that simple right now, man. He has to be reminded of what it is to be an NHL goalie and why he's here. Like I said, come playoff time, if he doesn't play well, he won't be the starter for the Oilers next season. Not limping into the playoffs at all. If we were limping in the playoffs, we'd have Draisaitl and McDavid playing right now. That's the most frustrating part about what's going on with the Oilers. Are they hurt? I guess you can say minor injuries are a hurt. But it's like Chris Knobloch said, if they were in doubt of a playoff spot, you'd see McDavid, Draisaitl tonight. But because they're not threatened for a playoff spot, you're not going to see them this week. Point blank, he said it. When your coach says if we were battling for a playoff spot, McDavid and Draisaitl would be playing. But because we're not battling for a playoff spot, they're not playing. Kind of makes you wonder, 82 games don't fucking matter, does it? 82 games means shit. You want these games to matter, make the season 60 games. Start the season in October, have it end in April. Sorry, have it end in March. February, March. 60-game season. You're wrong, Joe. Coach is not over his head at all. And I will fight you tooth and nail on that. This coach is definitely not over his head at all.
Dallas has ever traded up in the first round in franchise history. And they traded up to get him.
Were you talking about, Emmett? What were you talking about? I'm not saying they're faking.
Doing the combine that year when he walked in, I thought he was a big defenseman.
Jeff Skinner loads and fires.
You really don't like Jeff Jackson or Stan Bowman, eh?
6'6", 220 plus pounds. And
I don't know why you don't like them. I think they're great people.
Big human.
Well,
I think they're great human beings.
Yeah, they get Wyatt Johnston in the first round, but that was a 23rd overall pick. Hintz is a second rounder in 2015. Robertson is a second rounder in 2017. I mean, this is the guts of the team. And they're not exactly just, I mean, again, it's sure first round.
No, they're not out partying.
They're picking in the 20s. It's not.
Like, you have to know the difference between injured and hurt.
Great drafting.
Injured, you can't go. Hurt, you can go.
It goes back a ways.
We got 1 minute left to go in the second period. How does that stay out? Because it misses the net.
Drive charging in. Corey Perry.
McDavid and Draisaitl are definitely not out partying. They're in the workroom right now putting in work. They're in the building. They're putting in work. They're strengthening their core. But honestly, can anybody tell me what McDavid's injury is? Because the Oilers have him listed as a lower body injury. But if you watch the game against, who was it, Utah? Utah or Seattle, whatever the injury happened, that's not lower body. That's middle body, upper body. So why are the Oilers telling us it's lower body? That's not true, Nick. That's not true at all. We didn't get Jackson to cater to McDavid. We got Jeff Jackson because Jeff Jackson is a smart hockey guy. We got Jeff Jackson because Holland wanted Jeff Jackson. Okay. Good night. You're on pace tonight, buddy. No, he's not McDavid's former agent. He's McDavid's former coach in Erie. Bobby Orr is McDavid's former agent. And he only coached McDavid 1 year. Oh, no, you're making sense. I agree with you. I think that the seasons are too long. Yeah, no, he was his former coach. You could be right. He could have been one of his agents. He could have been in the agency that was with Bobby Orr in that agency, but not directly agent of McDavid. There's I think last time I heard there's 7 agents in the agency. First period was good. Absolutely, Kimo. First period was amazing. Second period, Dallas came out and just kind of punched us. You're right, Epic. You're absolutely right. That's exactly why he's there. He's there to stop Sam Bowen from doing something stupid. He's not there because McDavid wanted him. He's not there because he's friends with McDavid. If that was the case, you'd see other guys from London be here. No, absolutely, he's not. He's a good hockey hire. An absolute good hockey hire. It's just as soon as people correlate him with McDavid. But why don't we correlate McDavid with Wallman? They played together when they were kids, so you telling me that McDavid went and sat down with the front office and said, hey, go trade for Wallman. I want Wallman on the team. You know what I mean? It's just... Really? Forbes is saying that? I don't think he was directly linked with McDavid as an agent. Hearing stories, he wasn't his direct agent. He was part of the agent group. But I'm just saying, we got to stop reading tea leaves when it comes to Jeff Jackson. And Joe, you hate the guy for some reason. I don't know what your hatred is with him. I don't know if you've ever liked any management this Oilers team has had. Not named Glenn Saylor. But we as fans got to get over the fact that he was more Matthews' agent than he was McDavid. That's what I'm saying. He dealt more with the day-to-day Matthews stuff than he did with the McDavid stuff. We really, as fans, got to get off the high horse of, McDavid's in management's office every day. The amount of times that I hear McDavid did this and McDavid is saying that, if that's the case, we'd be $1 million over budget every year, and we'd bring in every guy to play with McDavid, and we wouldn't have a team. Guys, this isn't the NBA. where a player can dictate your roster and tell you that I'm going to go where my son goes. Oh, my son's being picked by the Lakers because I said he's being picked by the Lakers. He's not a starter, but I'm going to make him on the opening day starting. Right? Guys, I'm just saying, like, McDavid is not pulling strings behind the scenes saying, hey, go after this guy, go after this guy. You bring this guy in or I leave. It's just, that's just not the case. I know too much of the going on between, I know too much of what goes on behind the scenes and with the players to listen to the talk that McDavid makes rules. He truly doesn't. I can count on one hand the amount of times that he's actually been in the GM's office to ask for anything from this GM. McDavid wants to win, period, point blank. Full stop. McDavid wants to win, and he wants to win in Edmonton. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like, I get that it's frustrating watching this team with such a high ceiling, and then you watch them play games like this. I get it. Guys, trust me, I know the frustration. And there you have it. And Daryl Cates was an idiot for doing that. I will agree with you on that, Joe, but that's Daryl Cates. He was the owner. He wanted the flashy Russian because the flashy Russian's agent said he was good. We all know how that turned out, right? It didn't turn out too well for the Oilers. Like, I will listen to anything you guys have to say as far as contracts and everything else, but saying that McDavid brings people here, otherwise he's not happy, is ludicrous and just asinine. As he has said many times, I don't care what happens off the ice with this team. I'm not in meetings. I'm not with the GMs. I want to play. I want to win. Yeah, funny how that worked out, eh? Ryan Murray also not too good. Yeah. That. Honestly, McTavish for... Do I ever go fishing? I'm going to tell you a little secret. I don't like fish. I'm not a big fish guy. I love hunting. Love hunting. Looking forward to getting my hunting license again so I can go hunting regularly in the summer. I'm not a big fisher. I was born and raised in the prairies. Big hunter more than I'm fisher. You're not wrong, Barbershop. Those were bad. Yeah. Yeah, Murray has a cup ring. It's crazy. If the Oilers win the cup this year, that'll be nuts. Oh, that's awesome, Nick. Yeah. Um, I know this is going to piss off a lot of people in the chat. I don't care. Being Native American myself, I don't get the card that everybody else gets. And I know, talking to my Native American friends and Native American family and people I grew up with, they get pissed off when I use the word Native American. I'm indigenous. No, you're Native American. You can't even spell indigenous. I didn't get that card. Like, it's been offered to me many a times. It's just, I don't need it. You know, like, I want to get things on my merit, not what a card does for me. But I will gladly take advantage of my friends that do use it when we go hunting. Not gonna lie, my friends and family that do have it, I definitely like the benefits of having it. There's different rights as a Métis. You don't have full-fledged status that you do as a Native American. You know, like, there's some things. No, yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah, no, there's some rights as Métis that they can get, but not full-on rights that a lot have. I mean, I loved going to the reserve and buying cigarettes for cheap for my friends and family. That's always that was always a plus. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I have a lot of friends and family that do, and it was always nice going to reserves and saying, here's a card, and getting a heavy discount on cartons of smokes. What we used to do when I was really younger, we'd go to reserve land, buy a carton of smokes, go to a city, and sell a pack for like $50 more than what we paid for. Those were the days. Like, just coming to a city, giving away the smokes for like $50 more than we paid for, and still making a buck. Like, it was fun times. Like, and they'd still be less than what cartons like big packs of smokes were at the grocery stores or at the convenience stores, but we'd still make a mint on those cigarettes, man. If you want to get into a hustle, that is a hustle to get into, man. I think I was at the store the other day and cigarettes were almost $30 a pack. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. For all you people that smoke, man, more power to you. That's an expensive habit. My habits are video games, man. That's expensive enough. No. You're not, yeah, Nick, you're not wrong, I guess, depending on how far away your reserve is. For me, the reserve, I could walk to it from where I lived. Wow, that's changed, because you never used to be able to do that. That is very interesting. Oh, so I don't know where you live, though, Munchie. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, I bet that is. I bet that is big time fines. All I gotta say is don't get caught. It's only a crime if you get caught, right? Thankfully, we never got caught for that, but yeah, I'd imagine it would be big time fines for it. Like I said, good night. I don't know where you are, but in Alberta, you have to have certain privileges to go to certain places. Yeah, we can't. We got way different laws here in Alberta. You guys are way uptight and just Some things you guys have is uptight, and some things you guys have is so loosey-goosey. Barbershop, is that what you're betting? The Draisaitl McDavid back for Calgary game? Mum's the word, my friend. Mum's the word. I can guarantee you one of those guys will be back for the Calgary game. There's no way the Oilers are going to be okay with this effort. There's no way that the Oilers can sit there with this effort that they're watching tonight and be okay with it. No, Nick. You got to be smart, though. You got to be smart. You don't just have a big loose bags of smokes. Right? I agree. Like McTavish, Stauffer, and Gene. No, Nick. You got to be smart. So what you do is you have an old pack of cigarette, like a cigarette DeMaurier Reds, for instance, and you fill it with reserve smokes, and you kind of keep 2 out, so you don't have a full pack of smokes. You get 2. You get a full pack minus 3, and then you sell it. Say back then you got a full carton of reserve smokes for $15. You sell that pack of 20 for $20, because back then a pack of smokes was still $23, $24. So you sell it for $20. You're saving the customer $4. You've already made your money on the whole carton. You do that 7 times, you're making a mint, man. Anyways, don't do that. Don't do that, kids. Don't be bad. See, I don't condone buying weed or mushrooms. That stuff is just stuff you shouldn't mess with. But hey, man, if somebody wants a pack of smokes bad enough and cheap enough, they'll buy it from you. Not saying it was all above board, but we never got caught and we didn't hurt nobody. That's the thing. With me, as long as you're not hurting people or directly affecting their health, go nuts. That's why I will never endorse drugs. It affects you in ways good or bad. It's just... And yes, I still do consider weed a drug. It alters your mind. It affects your synopsis. It's a drug. I mean, so is endorphins. You pulled off the plastic. You get it, Nick. You understand, though. Like, back in the day, we could, like, before social media, guys. Like, you gotta remember, I'm in my 40s. I'm an old soul. So I lived in a day where you could do stupid shit, and you wouldn't see it in a Vine or a TikTok or Instagram short or YouTube short. You could do the dumbest stuff and you wouldn't see it or hear about it the next day on social media. You'd have your circle of friends talking about it. You'd have the town talking about it, but it wouldn't be national news. Like, we flew a car over a train track one time and it was fun. I don't recommend doing it, but it was fun. It's just back in the day, man. Like, just I miss the days where you could just do stupid shit and not have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna make the nightly reel of dum-dums. Like, what I do isn't go viral forever for everyone to see. I'm not gonna make 15 minutes of fame going viral because I flew a Ford half-ton truck over a train track. Like, now you're just watching things that are completely staged and fake. It's like, really, you're doing that for views? You're doing that just for your 1,000 clicks of likes? Like, we did that on a Friday night just because we could do it. Like, We set the bonfire so high that the fire department came from three counties away to see if we were okay, just because we could do it. Like, we didn't need to be internet famous to do it, right? Like, now if you're not famous on the internet, you're not doing anything. And I'm not internet famous. I'm very small, very humble, knowing that, hey, I'm just a guy from Edmonton broadcasting Oilers for free and fun.
I don't think he wants to come out of this game.
Talking with you guys, having a good time.
Oh. Stop every puck that comes into him. It's not going to happen that way. You're right off the dot here.
Yeah, Colin Blackwell went down, and I couldn't tell there.
That negates the power play.
This was the stick that came up and caught him underneath the jaw.
Oilers are on the power play to start the third period.
I don't see a penalty being indicated. Blackwell feels like a butt end might have gotten him.
And it was a butt end, too.
It did. They missed one there.
And you know what
oh, don't get me started on T9, man. Oh, the T9 days. I had a beeper and a pager. That solidifies everything right there. Blackberries were the cool thing to have. If you didn't have a Blackberry, you weren't cool. Now Blackberry is a thing of the past. Oh, dude. Good night. You actually hit something that I want to do this summer. You're not wrong, Clown. Thank you coming by and saying hi. You're not wrong. I'm not worried about this team today. I'm not worried about this team tomorrow. I want this team to be healthy April 16th, 17th, and 18th. I want a healthy Oilers in the playoffs. But good night. You hit something that I've been wanting to do and talk about. This game is over, guys. Don't worry about it. They're down 4-0. 19 minutes left to go in the third period. Shots are 27-19 for the Oilers. They got a minute left on the power play with nothing going. One of my passions is ghost hunting. And haunted houses and haunted mansions and ghosts. I believe in the paranormal, and I believe there's a ghost that follows me around daily. And I thank God every day that he does. No, I'm not even joking when I say it. I thank God every day that the person that follows me follows me. I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't be here without him. So yeah, that would be something that I want to talk about with some people. I gotta find a haunted place in Alberta, close to where I live, where I could go do that. But that is an awesome idea, buddy. Diane would be too scared to go with me, though. I'll be 100% honest with you.
The penalty killing force him out.
I don't think Diane can handle it.
Fresh players come on for Dallas or for Ottinger instead of letting that go around, potentially being a play where you have to then get back into position. Settles it down, gets a face-off.
Janmark preparing to take the draw in between Colson and Brown. Brown tried to sneak one through to
Like, that would be awesome to go on a ghost hunt and upload it on the channel.
Finish with 2 shots on a power play that's gone 0 for 4 tonight after 2.
Have it kind of a summer thing, eh? Just summer videos, ghost hunts, golf trips. I'm going to upload some of my golfing stuff when I go golfing this summer. I got ideas for the summer. Because when there's no hockey, I don't want the channel to go bare and dormant. And yeah, I could do gaming stuff, but that's only so much. And I don't get to game very often. Obviously, kids are loud and they don't let you game during the day. And I don't like gaming at night because that's when all the sweats show up and I suck. So it'd just be you guys seeing me lose night after night, game after game. Right? You went to a downtown. Where downtown? Oh, that's cool, Epic. Like, yeah, there's stuff like that I gotta look into for the Edmonton area. I gotta find some things. That'll be my
Hyman against Ottinger.
next week experiment. Go looking for stuff
Offered us a prelude of the tale that would be told tonight.
in the Edmonton area. Go
That was a save early.
do some research on some houses.
Duchesne off to Granlund to Marchment. I don't think Dallas had its game going early. Edmonton had all kinds of chances.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Like,
agree. And similar to the first matchup, they dominated that first period. It wasn't until, I believe, 26 seconds left in the second period that Duchesne made it 1-0 in that game, and Dallas back in October.
just gotta
And then they never looked back from that, but it was a tight, hard-fought
find
game.
some time to do a lot of things. Like,
This one. It was Edmonton early. They had the better chances, no question. Couldn't get
oh,
one.
that's cool, man.
Eventually, Wyatt Johnston with a beautiful move and finish. Made it 1-0 on the fourth.
If the Oilers get one, I'll be happy.
Opportunistic.
Hell, if the Oilers get two, I'll be super happy. Off the crossbar there.
Ottinger finally beat, but getting help from the bar. Bob Stauffer talked about the deal he signed, 8 years, $66 million extension that kicks in next year.
This period brought to you by
it's not like
Heating and
this was-
Cooling.
this was
All
always
low
gonna be a
payments,
loss.
No interest for 1 year.
You guys know I don't sugarcoat anything, right? You guys know I try and give you 100% on 100% of the time.
Wide open, he uses it.
My whiteboard, you know what? Because I'm sick and tired of seeing my ugly mug like this. Let's see if I can do it. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Let you guys see my whiteboard here. It has all the upcoming games for the Oilers.
Punch on that pass from Skinner.
I had this as a loss against the Dallas Stars, and that was with McDavid and Draisaitl in the lineup.
That's off. I'm not
I had it as a
I'm
loss.
not going to exert more
I got a
energy here.
game
That was written March 21st,
Good block here by
the day before Seattle.
Cross on this one. Here's Blackwell.
I have us beating Seattle, Calgary, Vegas, San Jose, LA, Anaheim.
Throw that through, and there's
Our next loss will be against St. Louis. Why are the Oilers losing? Because the other team scored 4 goals and they scored none. That's why the other team. That's why the Oilers are losing. The Oilers are losing because they had 2 power plays in the first period and did skadoosh on them. Dallas came back and scored 2 goals that period. Sorry, 1 goal that period, and then 3 in the second.
Kapanen whiffed. Here's to Donoff. Ekholm off balance. Wyatt Johnston.
I love Hockey Guy and his content that he puts out.
Get on that puck for Dallas.
He doesn't have a rooting interest, although he is from Vancouver. He cheers for Boston.
Resounding Dallas victory.
Shannon is an awesome guy. He's a human being.
This building last year. Ekholm a drive. That sailed wide.
looking for a stick.
But
Just missed the stick of Kapanen in the slot.
oh man, yeah. See, I don't want to break into things because then I can get in trouble, especially if I upload it.
Turnover. Here's a 2-on-1. Marchment fires and saves.
Big save by Stu Skinner, 2-on-1 again.
Good sell by Marchment there. He looked like he was going to pass the whole way. Then short side glove high is where he tested Skinner. Good save.
Jeez.
Kapanen takes the outlet from Wallman.
You can also not win them all, Christian. You can't win them all. You're not going to win 82 games. You're also not going to lose 82 games.
And on the deflection ends up out of play. 6 minutes gone by.
He is.
Third period. Dallas seemingly in cruise control at 4-0.
Definitely one day I'm going to get there, Nick, but I'm too young for that. Like, I'm more level-headed now than I used to be. Trust me, when I was in my 20s, even my 30s, I lived and died by every Oiler win, every Oiler loss. Like, if they lost, my attitude the next day would show it. I'd be upset, I'd be cranky, I'd be moody. If they won, my attitude the next day would show it. I'd be happy, jubilant. You couldn't say a word that pissed me off when the Oilers won. Now it's like, okay, it's just another game. That's awesome, Epic. Why can't we have both? Good night. Play like this right now. So these next 3 games, Dallas, Seattle, Calgary, play like this. Flip of the calendar of April, you've got Vegas, you've got LA, you've got San Jose, you've got Anaheim, you've got the West Coast trip in April. Win those. You have that West Coast trip. Guys, right now the Oilers are going to be playing 7 games in 9 days. Mark that down. 7 games in 9 days. It's a lot of hockey. You're not wrong, Nick. You're not wrong. As a former season ticket holder, these are the games that I would sell. Knowing who's not in the lineup, I'd sell these games. I wouldn't attend them. I wouldn't even talk about it the next day. But knowing everything that I know now, it's just a game. And if I'm a season ticket holder, I go to every game. If I was a season ticket holder now and I wasn't doing this online, I'd go to every home game. You guys wouldn't see me on home games. I'd have to hire a standby person to do home games for me. I'd have to hire a partner, get a partner that'd be willing, that doesn't live in the Edmonton area, to do the home games. I paid 10 when I was a season ticket holder. I paid 10 grand for my tickets. I'm not flexing, guys. I'm not saying that I'm living in money. I'm not saying that at all. I agree. The Elks games are definitely a bang for your buck. They're going to be interesting to watch this year, Nick. Absolutely. They're going to be a very interesting team to watch this year. Go Riders, go, by the way, though. But yeah, no, like, I spent $10,000 on my season tickets. This was also at the old barn at Rexall. I never had season tickets to this place, Rogers Place. I couldn't afford it. But yeah, I'm not saying that I'm downtrodden and broke and I begging for money. But I'm also not living high on the hog where I'm eating steak du jour every night either, right? Like, oh, it comes from that old country money. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're not wrong. Like, I love going to the Elks games. It's just a cool environment.
That was an odd-looking attempt at that save.
Oh, Skinner's hurt. Stuart Skinner's hurt. That'll make everybody happy. Everybody in the fan base is probably standing up cheering now.
Then had to extend quickly back up. I don't know if he tweaked something in that. Could have been the flyby by one of the Dallas Stars too.
When it rains, it fucking pours.
They're opening up the doors here. Like, he's not going to go back in here.
No, Picard's in for the rest of the night.
It looks like, I would assume he's coming out anyway because it was head contact. But this is not good. Stuart Skinner stay down.
Yeah, but going to Mosaic Field,
this is a guy that
fucking awesome.
Usually gets back up, but here it is.
Contact. Right there, the left kneecap.
Oh, little knee to the face, no call, eh?
Well, so it's coming down into the knee.
Yeah, I would go down too if I got hit in the head with a kneecap.
Continuing on his course.
That's dirty
he's
pool.
Watching the puck the whole time. He's not really paying attention to where Stuart Skinner was, but he does clip him right there.
Oh, that sucks for Skinner.
Into the head.
Picard starts tomorrow. Picard starts Saturday.
With TD4s.
But
that sucks.
He's coming out.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we had the.
It wasn't intentional, guys. I'm joking. Rantanen did not mean to run over Skinner. I have no ill will over Rantanen on that at all. That was just being an asshole. It's just one of those nights where you just gotta. Like, it's not like he went through him purposely.
That's a healthy
sucks.
piece. A big man coming through there too, and Rantanen. I mean, he's a big lad, and he just came right through.
Rider fans travel, man. If you live in Calgary or Edmonton, you are on an away game when you play at home with the Riders. It is I would say it's 80% Rough Riders, 20% Calgary or Edmonton fans. Living in Calgary, living in Edmonton, I can tell you with 100% certainty, there is more green and white in the stands in Calgary than there is red and white. There is more green and white in the stands in Edmonton than there is green and gold. I love it. Love it. You don't get that when you go to Saskatchewan. It is 90% Rough Rider fans. Even when the team is shit on a shingle and losing games, they show up for their team. You're not wrong, Nick. It is. I can proudly say I'm not part of the watermelon gang. I don't get the appeal of wearing a used watermelon on my head. I'm not one of those guys. I wear my jersey. I wear my Rough Rider gloves. I have a Rough Rider. I do that. Concussion protocol in the NHL. It's when a player gets hit in the head, he has to sit out for 10 minutes. Go to a little dark room. He gets asked 5 questions. And if you fail, you got to sit in a dark room longer.
Enough, but
it's basically protecting the player from himself. Because during the early 90s, players would play with concussions and end up needing some serious help after playing hockey. Now, to avoid all that, we have this. So I hope Stuart Skinner's okay. Legitimately, I hope he's okay. But we'll see.
So Pickard announces himself ready for play. Stuart Skinner stopped 17 of 21 shots tonight. Ottinger at the other end has matched the sweater number on his back, 29 of 29, and we're back to the live action.
I'm not one of those guys either, thankfully. I'm also not one of those guys that every year it's our year. What do you mean that's it?
Tucked in front, swatted away from Nugent Hopkins. Mikhail Granlund will fish it out of the corner back towards center. Stetcher on to Arvidsson.
Yeah.
Nugent Hopkins.
Oh, I've seen some pretty epic watermelons. Tinfoil on the inside with saran wrap and glue on the outside, like shine. They use glue shine to keep the watermelon strong on the outside. I've seen some pretty innovative stuff.
Dallas right now looking to get Jamie Benn off the schneid and into the 400 category. Joining one of our colleagues, Ray Ferraro, who I believe finished with 407. Lindell a shot.
That's not it. There's lots more to it than just that. And it's not just ask you 5 questions. They ask you 5 very specific questions, and you have to answer all 5. And you have to be cognizant and answer them quickly. Like, you don't just get asked 5 questions and you've got all day to answer them. You've got 3 seconds to answer the question. If you can't answer the question within that time allowed, you can't go back out. You have a concussion. You're done for the night. And chances are you're going to be going home or to the hospital and not allowed to sleep for 24 hours.
Baker's had a terrific season, 17-7-1 for the Oilers in the number 2 hole. Back home rifles it in.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Kind of like that, Nick. Kind of like that. It's more like, do you know where you are? Do you know what day it is? Do you know how much time was left in the period when it happened? Do you know what period it was that it happened? And then they ask you a very specific personal question that you should know without even thinking. Obviously, what's your name? Just the Oilers night. Breakaway Hyman. Gets a little hook in there, but still no call.
Wallman walks the line, a shot, and that
Still not 4-0 Dallas. This Oilers team's not going away though, guys. Like, credit where credit is due. They're not folding up their tents and going home knowing they got to play tomorrow. They're not tucking their tails in between their legs and saying it's over.
Free spins.
Number 6, 2 for swashing.
It will be a slashed official here as Hyman once again gets to the inside and the nice stretch pass, tries to go to the backhand. You can see that puck just sitting up on edge. Wouldn't settle, and as he goes to the backhand, just...
No, not stupid question like that. That's insane. My last concussion protocol questionnaire. What's your name? Where were you born? Where are you now? What time is it? So those are just the 4 basic, like, baseline questions. And then they ask you, there's a goal by Corey Perry. Woo! Oilers score on the power play. Corey Perry. Can't really get too excited on a 4-1 hockey game. Anyway, shutout broken. For all those people that care, shutout broken. Why decline the power play when you can score on it? It didn't bother you? Wait, you were waterboarded and it didn't bother you? You're that type of psycho. Damn.
I was going to say, as I watched that replay...
Shots are 30-23 for the Oilers. Doesn't matter. It's too many, not enough for the Dallas Stars. 4-1 for Dallas.
Close to a quarter scored from about that spot.
Maybe more. Really, that'll be a good stat to try and look up. He has scored a lot of goals around the net, and he's never apologized for it. It's the way he plays. He's taken a punishment for it over the course of his career. But you don't score 400-plus goals in the league unless you're willing to get...
Why would you guys ever get waterboarded? What did you say that got... What did you say, Epic?
And the willingness to get his stick on the puck by any means necessary. I mean, just hack and whack it takes. Here's Mikko Rantanen.
That humble tragedy hits way too close to home.
Over in nearly 131 minutes. Here's Robertson looking for number 4. And it knocked away with 10 minutes to go. The Oilers will break out.
Ooh. Ouch, Epic. Ouch. We can't count to 12, okay? We can't count to 12. That's one too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11. We can't count to 12. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, no, that haunted us for 2 Grey Cups. Although, Montreal got away with it, though. We got caught, and they got away with it. Riddle me that. But, hey, I'm not sour about it. We were our own worst enemy, those 2 Grey Cups. Could have won 3 Grey Cups in a 10-year span. That would have been great. But, yeah, that Humboldt tragedy hits really close to home. My hometown was the team they were playing against in the playoffs.
To have to negotiate. Winnipeg in the hunt for a President's Trophy.
Yeah, Nick, I'll never forget that either, man. I think it was Reggie Hall, or one of the Hall guys. Jones just misses the net by inches. There's no quitting this dog, boys. There's no quitting this dog. I like seeing that by the Oilers. They're outmatched heavily, but they're not going away.
Not going to be enough tonight. Here's Arvidsson. But again, setting the table for tomorrow.
Nipwin Hawks, man. Nobody knew what Nipwin or Humboldt was until that tragedy night.
I think there were a lot of positives early in this game.
You couldn't find Nipwin or Humboldt, Saskatchewan on a map before that night.
Dallas was opportunistic.
Oh, oh! Was it Paul? Was it Paul LaPolice? At the time, was he the offensive coordinator? You guys have no idea who Paul LaPolice is, but was he the offensive coordinator at that time? I can't remember. Former Winnipeg Blue Bomber coach. Oh, man. But yeah, like, just talking about it almost makes me want to cry. The Humboldt bus tragedy. Yeah. Good God. Oh, like honestly, like, it's, yeah, guys, I know I'm a hockey guy. I know you came here for some hockey stuff, but I'm an all-around entertainment process here. You guys get a bargain for what you get. I got knowledge coming out my wazoo about hockey and sports. Just sports knowledge. Everything, man. Oh, crap. Paul Police, man. Like, Jesus. Oh, yeah, man. Oh. Is it July 1st yet? Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. Like, is it Canada yet so we can get some CFL football going? Like, man. Just to be that guy. I'm a Rough Rider fan. This is our year. We're winning the Grey Cup, boys. We're going to beat the Dynasty Winnipeg Blue Bombers. If it wasn't for those meddling kids. Oh, fuck. No, I kid. Honestly, I kid. It's cool. I don't know. Yeah, I know people on the other side, the Nippon Hawks team, that they weren't involved in a tragedy, and it is what it is. It is a tragedy, but it still affected them.
Wide by Arvidsson. There was space there. That was a good chance set up.
It affected the way they played the next round.
All he had was his arm and blocker in the mix, but there was
and yeah.
Below it just misses wide on that shot, Arvidsson. 93 miles an hour for the guy who won the hardest shot competition.
I've lost many dogs, but I didn't cry for them.
And now we're going to have a reach infraction hooking.
I've lost many dogs, but I never cry for dogs. I don't cry for people.
Just ask your doctor.
I'm not a big crier. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. I'm empathetic. I'm sympathetic to loss.
Penalty number 63, 2 minutes hooking.
I just don't cry. I tear up.
Yeah, Dodonov was the one that reached in there a little far.
Like, you guys know I just recently lost my mom, and I cried when I first heard the news. Like, that was one time where, like, out of nowhere, I hit the floor bawling when I found out that my mom had died. But I'm not big on crying.
An effort mashed out by Blackwell, and now Sam Steele burrowing his way to the net, and he charges into Pickard, and now this game might be ready to explode here. That's 2 goaltenders now.
Dallas is trying to hurt the goalies now. Like, dude, you're up 4-1, you idiot. Calm down. What more do you want to do, Steele? Our backup goalie's already in, you fucktard. Sam Steele, you piece of shit. Seeing all the hockey sticks on people's porches for the tragedy, small glimpse of... You're not wrong, Nick, but... It stayed in the news for a little bit, and then it went away, right? It was front page news. Yeah, well... I'm not going to sit here and pretend that my mom was a saint and her and I had an awesome relationship. She had her demons. Yeah, thankfully I wasn't, like, not really thankfully, but I wasn't that close to my mom. My mom and I didn't talk for decades. She had her demons that she dealt with, and it sucks. But she was still my mom, will always be my mom. Only one person gives you birth, right, guys? So, yeah. Yeah, like, we all grieve differently, right? Like, I will never tell one person how to grieve. Yes, he might have to. Oilers are getting a power penalty as well. Wow, they're giving the Oilers a penalty as well. Damn, ref. That's tough. That's tough. But yeah, no, I appreciate that, Nick. I do. I'm me. I will never change, and I'll never pander to anybody. It's why I live stream, I guess. I just kind of sit down here. If the game's getting out of hand, I'll tell you some life stories. Keep you focused.
44 to the hooking penalties on the Donoff.
You're not wrong, Joe. You're not wrong.
So, the
Oilers power play. They should have had a 5-on-3, but the ref was like, nah, we got to even this bitch up. 7 minutes left to go in the third period. 4-1 Dallas. Should be 5-on-3. I mean, Dallas got a 5-on-3. But yeah, no, I agree with you here, Joe. Just because she gave birth doesn't mean she was a good mom.
Not an easy save either with Labushkin and Perry going at him right in front of him, but he just makes himself big and somehow is able to hold on to this.
No, Joe, Skinner got hurt.
As the blast by Ekholm, the one-timer.
Stuart Skinner got kneed in the face by Rantanen, and now Picard is in net, and Picard just got run over. Right? We broke the shutout. Fuck their shutout. Anyways, 4-1. 7 minutes left. Now you got Mojo. There you go, man. Dogs are replaceable. To an extent, humans are replaceable too, right? Everybody's replaceable. But Rantanen didn't mean to, so I have no ill will towards it. It was just Skinner was making a save. Rantanen skated through his crease, hit him in the knee to the head. But what Sam Steele just did was very come out of the box and get punched in the mouthy. And I guess the refs felt like Wallman sticking up for his goalie was too much. Anyways, Oilers are on a power play for 40 seconds. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Nick. We'll see them in the third round. I full-heartedly believe we're going to see Dallas in the third round. Oh my God, Rico! 4-2.
Yeah, a little energy and emotion here, right?
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay because coffee is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord.
To answer your questions, Munchie, yes. That's why we have so many. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Obviously, kids are not replaceable. I will honestly say if you go after my kids, you better make sure you have good life insurance. Yes, my wife is very replaceable. She knows that. Am I replaceable? Absolutely. Men are very replaceable. Ooh, that was almost 4-3. No, kids are never replaceable. That is one thing that is irreplaceable as kids. I would never, ever wish anybody lost their child. Like, out of everything and anything. Like, honestly, like, out of anything that's replaceable, kids are irreplaceable. They are way too innocent. And I know it's getting philosophical, but kids are way too way too innocent to ever replace. He tried to replace me. I came back like a cat. He's not wrong. Not wrong. Oh. It's that cat that came back the very next day. You know what? That's exactly it. It's the game. Oh, there's a broken stick. The game may be over, maybe out of reach, but you know what? The fight is there. The not give up fight is there. I love to see it. Like I said, the Oilers could have folded like a cheap suit. They could have folded like a WWE steel chair. Especially when it was 4-0. 2-0, okay, you can come back. 3-0, doubtful. 4-0, and you still got this fight in you? Seattle, look out. You may lose tomorrow. But yeah, I know every anniversary, us at our house for the Humboldt tragedy still put sticks out on our porch. Every anniversary of the tragedy. The drugs of the Winometer. I want to know what these guys are on because it's the good stuff. Score's 4-1, 3.5 left to go in the third period. Sorry, 4-2. See, even I don't even know what the score is, and I'm looking at the screen. Oh, Jones just puts it high and wide. This Jones kid's making a case for himself. I like it. I know some of you people in here don't like him, but I love him. And we wear green and gold. Absolutely, yeah. Even though I am a Nipawin Hawk through and through. Nipawin Hawk, black and gold till I die, but...
And that carries over in the regular season. They went at it last year in the playoffs. Edmonton won that round. Dallas.
Anybody who's ever driven Highway 35, you understand. Oh, wow. Adam Henry just about makes it 4-3. You're not wrong. Hunter Graham. Nick, you're freaking hilarious. Oh, that's why it's still 1-0 Dallas according to these guys. Let's update this thing, eh? There's no way they still have the Oilers at 80% to win. They are on the magic stuff. They are riding the magic stick tonight, man, I tell you.
And the Stars having to hold on here a bit. The puck again comes free. Shot toward the empty net, but wide by Lindell. And icing will be called with 100 seconds left in regulation. And Dallas all of a sudden clinging to a 4-2 lead. As
I will say, like,
11 shots here in the last couple of minutes.
obviously Epic knows where Highway 35 is and that whole tragedy of that whole situation. And I can see why that accident happened. It's just, you gotta slow down there. Like, there's no reason for anybody to be going that fast down that highway when you can't see stuff.
Quick decision here by Edmonton as they're trying to get the right people on the ice here with the empty net in a minute 40 still on the clock.
And they're keeping it rolling because the Stars...
Especially if you've never driven that highway and you don't know there's a stop sign there.
So Hance against Nugent Hopkins coming up with a face-off, a four-man scrum. Lindell trying to lodge it against that kick plate.
Yeah, zero shoulders as well, yeah. That's why when I first moved to Alberta and started driving in Alberta, I was like, he scores! Zach Hyman, 4-3! Holy shit! Okay, now I'm getting excited. Now you piqued my interest.
And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord. To me, son is just like a boy. And you can't lie. It's all
In the Owen reader we trust. Damn.
Third period lead on March the 8th dissolved into a 5-4 nail-biter. Tonight, Dallas led 4-0 with 10.5 to play. Now it's 4-3. Pickard is
But how many slashes are you allowed to give an Oiler player before you get, or cross checks are you allowed to get before you get a penalty? That guy took 4 good whacks in Hyman's stomach. Icing against Dallas. Holy smokes. Where are the Oiler haters now? Drinking the haterade, are we? Oh. Couple of haters. Couple of haters. Damn, man, that's something, though. This team, like I said, I know this team's not going to come back and win. Like, really, let's be realistic with ourselves. But the fact that they could play like this for 20 minutes, why can't you play like this for 60? Right? Like, why can't you play like this for 60 minutes? It's nothing you can't do. You clearly can do it. Consistency is what we're looking for. Couple of haters. What do we have here? Couple of haters. Enzo Amore needs to come back to WWE, man. That guy is freaking hilarious. He was just wrestling on Jericho's Cruise. It's hilarious to watch him back in a ring. His mic skills are still top notch. I would put his mic skills better than John Cena's, who cut a really great promo again in Glasgow on Monday night. Yeah, but so did CM Punk, and Punk came back. Cody Rhodes did too, and Cody came back. Hey, Oilers lose. Womps. Hey. Oilers lose 4-3. But good God, that could have been way worse for the Oilers. Hold your head up high, Oilers fans. Oh, good night. You were having such a good run of goodness, and then you said that. And you can't teach that. Oh. Because the Oilers lost, here you guys go. Here you go. I have to do it, guys. I do the win song. I gotta do the Oilers lose song. And there's a song to it now.
You suck. 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 You suck.
I had you guys. Oh, I did it. You know I had to. You know I'm an equal opportunist asshole over here. Win or lose, you know you're gonna get authentic me. We're back at it tomorrow night against the Seattle Kraken. Hey, I'm happy to hear that, man. I am happy to hear that. Very happy to hear the bet hit for you. Like that's awesome to hear, dude. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for stopping by. My name's Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. I'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Oilers are in Seattle. Hey, if you learn something, you're going to get the true, authentic me every time. Win, lose, draw, it don't matter. I don't hold no punches, and I don't hold nothing back. I'm me. Can't help it. See you guys tomorrow night. Deuces. Thank you all for watching this live stream of Oilers fan reaction. Oilers lose 4-3 to the Dallas Stars. Next upcoming game is the Seattle Kraken tomorrow night in Seattle. See you then.